I'm going to go through and drop the link for the appointment I went on yesterday. I went on an appointment to talk to a seller, a real estate agent on a property in Santan Valley, Arizona. This is probably the 1,000th SubTo deal that I've done in my life. It is a deal where I'm going to show you guys where the lead came from. I'm going to drop the link here in the side chat, and I will then show you guys what the steps were along the way. I have one of my mentors coming in here today, a gentleman that I just wired $250,000 on a deal that this man is teaching me how to do. I've got a mentor myself. I paid to be in the right rooms. I invest in my education. I didn't waste my time at college. I spend my time going directly to the source of the thing that I want to learn about. And today I spent $250,000 on a car wash that I'm going to be building. Anybody want to learn about car washes today? Give me a yes if you want to learn a little bit about creative finance and some car washes today. Give me a yes. All right, cool. You're going to be learning about creative finance. You're going to be learning about car washes today. But let's start off talking about what happened yesterday and kind of recapping everything. First thing I want to do is I want to give you guys the link from yesterday. The yesterday link was me walking through the house. Now, this is a little bit disorganized. I'm currently working on organizing the entire thing, and I'll try and give you guys the entire link for everything, but let's go through and do at least the first part. So you guys are going to see a couple of the things that you're going to get. And these are just Google Drive links, so nothing, ominous or scary or any of that kind of stuff. But here is the first thing you're going to get. I am going to be sharing this with you. This is the 8-minute video I made on the way there with my phone. Here's the 2-minute video I did recapping the appointment that I did this morning. This is me walking through the house, and this video right here is 1 hour and 5 minutes long. And this video is me actually sitting down explaining to the seller a full creative finance offer. These are the sellers. This is last night. You can see I'm wearing the exact same clothes. You can also see the date, May 18th, 2026. I uploaded this, it was recorded last night at 7:07 p.m. Okay. So you can see I've got the contracts, but more importantly, I am breaking down each clause, each word of the contract. When the seller has a question, the real estate agent is pulling the camera back and allowing me to tell a story. So you can see how I tell the story, how I move my arms, how I address both the husband and the wife, how I intermingle comedy into the thing, how I go through a full contract in 1 hour on a deal where these sellers are handing the keys over on a house. I have no credit check. I have no bank involved. I have no license, and I'm putting no money in the seller's pocket. This is a zero down SubTo deal. I'm getting a free house. Now I'm going to take this house. I've got a couple of different options I could utilize, right? I could use option one. I could wholesale the contract. Do you think there's a family out there right now that doesn't want to go through a bank that would pay me 20 grand to take the contract off my hands and they could fulfill the contract? Give me a thumbs up if you're on Zoom. Give me a comment if you guys are on the YouTube live stream. Do you think there's a family out there right now that would pay me $20,000? This is a house I just got the contract on. Now, I walk through the contract. You can hear every single word, the seller's questions, all of those things. And I have another massive bonus for you tomorrow. I've never done this before. I'm getting to the point where I'm getting so good at this that I know when to ask the sellers how I can get into their house and record the conversation. And I'm getting so good at it that I'm asking the real estate agent to hold the camera while I explain the contract to their seller. Okay. Think about that. If you're a real estate agent, you ever think about a real estate investor coming in and schooling you on signing contracts? Wouldn't that be a dream come true? Well, I said, hey, David, why don't you hold the phone, record me while I explain to your sellers how I'm going to buy their house with no money out of my pocket. That's pretty freaking gangster. And instead of me pretending like I do this, I just said, I'm just going to start recording these conversations every single minute so people can see exactly what it feels like, walk all the way through and go, holy freaking moly, this is real. Okay, cool. So then what I did is the seller says, I'm ready to sign. You'll actually hear her in the conversation say, I'm ready to sign this contract. And I said, no. I think you should take a day to think about it. And why don't you come on a Zoom with me and a couple thousand other people that are also learning how to do this, and they can hear your questions. And she says, I don't have any questions. You did a great job explaining it to me. I'm like, that's not the answer I'm looking for. I want to provide a lot of value to people. Can you please come up with some questions? So I told her in this recording yesterday, I said, can you please Give me 15 questions. Go to ChatGPT or Copilot, whatever AI you're using, Claude, and say, if you are going to sell your house to Pace Morby through a subject to transaction, no money down, here's a copy of the contract. Give me 15 questions to try and stump Pace Morby. This is literally what I told her, and you guys will get a copy of this. So watch me give this to you guys right now. I'm going to go to my Google Drive. I am going to click on share. Okay. It will say share everyone. Anyone with this link can view this. You can see it. Do not request access like an idiot. You are getting access to it. Do not request access. I don't know why people do that. It's the weirdest thing ever. I'm copying the link and I'm putting the link in the side chat. It is it is a gift I'm giving to you. I would have paid somebody, I'm not exaggerating, when I first started in this business, I paid somebody $135,000 to coach me for 1 year, $135,000, and never once did I get what I'm giving to you guys for free, completely free. I would have, if somebody told me, hey, Pace, I have a recording of the first call, the second call, the third call, and the in-person appointment where I walk through the full contract. You hear every seller's objection. I brought them on Zoom. They went through 15 questions. You literally hear every single way I explain the due on sale clause. How are they going to get a second mortgage? Why am I buying it with no money down? How does it benefit them? Why would they do that? What the deed is, all of these things. I would have paid somebody $50,000. So if you got some value from that, please go to my Instagram DM and go, Pace, thank you so much. I will work for a compliment, my friends. I will work for a compliment. Go to my YouTube, go to my Instagram and just go, Pace, thank you so much for the recording. I got it. The recordings are out of order, okay? Because I have not uploaded them into some sort of, organized manner. I just did this morning and I wanted to do what I said I was going to do to you guys. So again, these things are a little bit out of order. The first one I would watch is this one of me in the car. The second one I would watch is this one right here. The third one I would watch is this one, the third one. They're all out of order. I'm sorry. Actually, let me rename them. Here's what I'll do. I'll do video number 1, video number 2, etc. So this is video number 4. Video 4 recap. I'll call it recap. Okay. And we'll go to here. We'll rename them for you guys. You guys are all clicking on these and taking a look at them. The link is in the side chat. If you are sitting here going, where's the link to the side chat? It's in the side chat, my friends. Go in there. I'm going to give this to the people on YouTube right now. Okay. And there you go. There is a gift from me to you. Your mom doesn't love you as much as I love you. I just proved it by giving you something that nobody's ever given to you. So here we go. Let's go back here. I want to kind of highlight to you guys what I'm doing and why I'm doing it so that you guys don't have any question of what video to watch in what fashion. Let's rename this one. This is video number 3. I'll call this walkthrough. I didn't record a lot of this, to be honest. I don't think really people care about a walkthrough of a video. This is me, video number 1. And I'll put this in better order at some point, and I'll give this away in a different fashion somewhere else. But I also have a couple of other videos I want you guys to watch, and I'll give those to you guys tonight, but they're also hyper disorganized as well. So video number 1, pre-game, we'll call it the pre-game video. And then this video right here is video number 2. This is the second video you're going to watch. Is SubTo presentation. We'll just do video 2. SubTo presentation. Okay. So you'll see video 1, video 2, video 3, video 4. They're all in order now. Okay. So don't ask me which one to want order it in. And I'm sorry, this is a very heavy duty video. It's like 30 gigabytes. I'm so sorry that you have to download it, but you know what? It is what it is. Now, something else that I created, I went back and I looked up the first conversation I ever had with the seller, and I pulled this and I organized this list, but I had to put it in Apple Notes this morning in order to create this value for you guys so that you guys can have a step-by-step, where did the lead come from, all of that stuff. So right here, I'm creating a SubTo deal playlist. First call with a real estate agent, first call with the seller. So I call the real estate agent right here. He says, I have a problem. I have a seller. They need help. I go, great, get the seller on the phone. That's this video. Then I broke down where the lead came from right here. Then I talked about the deal. Then I drove the property. Then I met the seller. All of these links are being given to you guys. We're going to make it all a step-by-step. And then tomorrow, for the people that show up on here live, they are all going to get the seller coming on here live. Instead of giving me a recording, I'm actually going to bring the seller, Melissa, on the recording or on the Zoom with us tomorrow. Give me a thumbs up if you are showing up on time. And I don't need to explain. What'll happen is people will show up 15 minutes late and they'll go in the chat and they'll go, what are we doing? What are we working on? I'm like, bro, were you not here yesterday to see that I got a seller and an agent to come on here to walk through all this kind of stuff? Has anybody ever done anything like this for you in your life for free in real estate? In fact, I bet there's some people in here that paid $20,000, $60,000, $100,000 in real estate education, and you never got any of this value ever once, even after you paid $100,000. Now, I do this for SubTo all the time. I deliver recording after recording. I call their sellers. I do this all the time in my private community, but I've never given anything like this outside on YouTube or any of that kind of stuff. Anybody feel like you've paid for education in the past? And you, like maybe Robert Kiyosaki, shout out him, he's awesome, but you've paid for a lot of higher education and you literally never got any of this. Okay. There's people, I won't say their name in the side chat, but there's a lot of you guys that have paid for this. It's not their fault. I mean, you got to have some cojones to go, yeah, seller, I'll come over and meet you. But I want the agent to hold the phone and record the entire conversation. Okay. So tomorrow, I will bring the seller on here live. So we want to make sure we show up on time. And I actually have a seller call that I'm going to try and make right now that has nothing to do with what I'm working on. But one of my SubTo members asked me if I would make a call to their seller today. And I said, Irina, I am so slammed, but I will do the best I can. Okay. So I've got a seller named Miss Rita that I've never spoken to before. And I'm going to try and squeeze this conversation in the next 11 minutes before I bring up a guest. And then we're going to talk about car washes and some things that I'm working on. We're going to bring my mentor in. And then we're going to wrap up the day talking about this deal and the conversation I had yesterday. And then tomorrow, okay, a lot of things changed. Tomorrow, I'm going to get you guys taking action. I'm going to show you guys how to pull lists. And we're going to get you guys, I'm going to pull a massive list for you. I'm going to spend the money for you tomorrow. I know I was going to try and do it today, but a couple of things changed. So what I'm going to do is tomorrow, I'm actually going to pull these leads, and then I'm going to show you guys how to generate these leads via text message and how to find real estate agents that have sellers that are willing to let their houses go with no money down. How many people feel like you need to show up for tomorrow? Give me a yes in the side chat or a yes on YouTube. Please let me know. Let's call Mrs. Rita. I don't know the situation, so I'm going to act stupid.
Hello.
Hi, is this Miss Rita?
Yes, it is.
Hi, Miss Rita. My name is Pace. I'm a lender for a lot of real estate investors. They try and get me involved in some of their deals. And I had somebody ask me to give you a call today. How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Good, good.
How about you?
I'm good. I'm good. Here's her first set of instructions. She says, Miss Rita will not be signing any contracts. I'm like, I don't even know how to fill out paperwork. How would I get Miss Rita to sign anything? So I'm just calling to kind of see how it's going with that team and where you guys are at in the process. And if there's any questions I can answer. And here's what I'll do. I'll tell you what I do for a living so you can understand why I'm calling. I've somewhat retired from real estate and I've become more of a lender. So people that are starting out in real estate come to me and they say, hey, I want to buy this piece of real estate. Would you partner with me? Because I have the expertise. I own thousands of rentals. I have a big team. And so they come to me and they say, hey, Pace, would you be willing to partner with me and bring money to the table? And I say, absolutely. Let me chat with your seller and see where you guys are at in the process. So I don't know much about your guys' conversation other than her and her partner were looking at your properties and she asked me to call and just, I guess, touch base with you.
Okay. Yeah. Originally, they were putting together something that had 3 pieces of my property. I've got 3 on the market right now, and 2 are in the area of 2015s, I think is what we put it up for. And then we've got a smaller house. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house. That's 169. So anyway, they were trying to put the whole thing together, and but it was a really I've never done anything like that kind of sale. I'm somebody who wants bird in the hand.
Yeah.
It's like I want just a clean buy. If you like my house, let's sign a contract. Let's go to closing. Let's go to, just the regular steps. And, but they were trying to do something that was, I think, it could be new, and it could be just for some people who don't, are really trusting, that these people are doing the thing that, they know them well enough that they would know that there's nothing going to go on
Right.
out of the ordinary. So anyway, I told them no on the three piece, because it involved, me being the lender, just about. It was supposed to be, where I was going to carry the note, and then they were going to pay me in payments for 7 years, and I'm going on 80. And my husband died last year, and I'm not at that stage, where I've got a long term that, I can say, oh yeah, I'll be around then. Who knows whether I'm going to be around, but anyway, it's something that, I want to just a very ordinary sale. You like my house, you want to pay for the price that I have, and then we'll meet the closing.
Makes a lot of sense.
But yeah, so
Are you the real estate agent?
no, I'm the owner.
Interesting. How did they get to you, or did they just go around the agent, or did the agent introduce you guys together?
I don't know how I just got a phone call from them, and they said that they were interested in buying the house, the houses, and then they're the ones that, came up with the 3-piece property sale. And so we had never heard of that kind of arrangement, but we decided that it was a little bit too far for us to reach, just to and I just don't want something that's complicated.
Yeah, makes sense. It sounds like the main problem is the lack of trust. You've got people you've never talked to before. They haven't established credibility. Here you are, 80 years old, your husband, you and your husband worked your guts out your whole life to build this wealth, and you're not just about to sour it with somebody you've never met before, sounds like.
Well, they're really nice people, and I'm not saying that
Well,
I
I've
don't trust
been
them.
hurt by a lot of really nice people. I'm sure you have too, sadly.
Yeah, well, so you know what I'm talking about
Of
then.
course, yeah.
But it's not really that's one part of it. But the other part is, like I say, I've always done sales that are just outright sales, and you want it, you pay me, and I get the money, and you get the house. that kind of thing.
Of course.
In fact, my husband's been in real estate for a long time. He used to be a broker, and he didn't do it long enough to really make he actually okay, let me start with, he retired when he was 52, and he was looking for something to do. His father had been in real estate most of his life, and so he decided that he would crack at it. Well, he did it for a little while, and then he started buying properties for ourselves, thinking that we were going to put a portfolio together and then cash in later on. And we have the worst time to cash in. I mean, these times are, really not what he thought was going to happen, but at least I get something for it.
Yeah.
And but it's I've got them all ready to go. I mean, they're as clean and nice as I'm going to have them do, and so I'm just waiting for buyers.
Got it. Okay. How long have you guys been on the market?
Let's see. Since I was doing a lot of work on these little by little, and so I think we put one on in September, and then one on maybe in December, and one in January. So it's anywhere between those dates.
Got it. Okay.
And it's not that I'm not a fire sale. Give me money. I have any money that you have, and I'll sign the paper. No, I'm not that kind.
Of course.
So And so we're just waiting it out and see. I think that everybody is pretty much in unison saying, this interest rate is not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, I agree with all the bankers that I talk to every day. I think we've got pretty stable 2, maybe 3 years before the interest rates move down in a meaningful amount. I think we might see a little bit. We might see half a point this whole year, but we're not going to see much more than that. I think I think you and I are on the same page there.
Yeah, I think that it's on both sides. Buyers and gosh, I'm losing my mind. Buyers and the sellers are the same thing. I'm going to hang on until I see the interest rates go up, and they're not going up. So, but that's okay, But yeah.
Well, what's a best scenario for you? Obviously, would be an all cash offer, and no extra layers whatsoever. But it sounds like with the interest rates holding everybody hostage for the next couple of years, especially the property that you listed in September, have you lowered the price on that house yet?
No.
Okay, so you're just going to stick around and pay taxes and insurance on it until you sell it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So you are technically lowering the price. It's just you're doing it through taxes and insurance hemorrhaging.
Yes, I know. Well, I think I'm getting accustomed to that because they've been empty. We rented them for a while. Yeah. And the renters we got just horrible. And we'd end up having to remodel the house after they got through with it. Yeah. And so it was a possibility that, why don't we just leave them like they are, and we won't have to do anything to them except upkeep, the lawns and of course the taxes and insurance and things. And so that's where most of our money has gone. And in fact, I don't know if the girls have told you that the property that we're trying to sell, the condo, has got a $600 a month condo fee. Okay. Going to be hard to tell somebody that.
We are lowering our price. We just don't look at it that way. It seems like you have a leak in the bottom of your boat, and you think you're staying afloat, but it sounds like you're losing about $600 a month minimum just on this one property. That's not fun.
Yeah, it isn't, and it was really, I don't know if you've been heard horror stories about condos that the board.
Oh yeah.
If they want to do anything, I mean anything, you have to go along with it. Oh yeah. Otherwise, if you don't, take your house. Yeah. And that's what this one group. Last time I went to the a condo meeting, I was complaining about the $600, and I said, "Why is it so high?" And well, we have this and that and the other. They beat around the bush. And then I was sitting next to one of the people that lived in the community, and so I asked her. I said, "Do you know why they? That doesn't make any sense." And so, what could it be that would precipitously make the condo fee go up? And she said, "Well, we had a board that nobody was even watching or looking at. Originally, when we got to this condo, we used to have a CPA come in every year and give us a report. Yeah, make sure that we were we had the confidence to work this board." Just 1 minute. Oh, it's a spam. Just a minute.
No worries.
And so anyway, what happened is they with a whole bunch of money.
Yeah, makes sense. Sounds like they're running some sort of Somali scam or some Gavin Newsom scam or something like that.
I don't know what it was, but I don't know exactly how much they did get, but they're gone now. But I asked the girl, I said, were they prosecuted? Did y'all take them to court? And she said, no. Yeah. They didn't make any effort to do that. So, and what does that mean? The next group is going to probably do the same thing.
Of course.
Hey, they got away with it.
Yeah. Nobody has the time or the money to go and chase these people, you know?
No, and really, it would take a lawsuit, and
Yeah. And who's going to put the
they,
money up? They lost all the money through their fees.
that's what they were saying, is that that was their excuse. We're not going to go after them because it's too costly to.
Yeah. Throwing good money after bad money, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway,
in this situation, it sounds like the biggest challenge you have, you know, and you and I might not ever talk again, and that's fine. So if you give me another 5 minutes, I'll at least give you some things to think about.
okay.
So I've done these types of transactions thousands of times. I own a title company nationwide. We do a lot of this kind of stuff. And the primary person that we're working with is somebody who is like you, that has a purchase price that's very specific. Also, I'm not in pain, but I do want to make sure I honor my family by getting the highest possible price I can get. But it sounds like the biggest challenge for you is it's not so much that you would, you know, go change your lifestyle if you had all the cash today. It sounds like you just want to be done with the headache. It would be nice to have a chunk of the money right now, and it would probably even be nice to have monthly payments coming in instead of ever having to deal with tenants. But it comes down to, I think it sounds like you just have a lack of trust in the people that are potentially doing the deal with you.
Well, it's only because it's new. I've never ever been approached that way, and it's there's so many scammers out there, and I don't, and you never know. And so anything new, it's not that I don't trust them. They probably are trustworthy, but it's just the whole. And I don't want this. I will use a word, but it's not a bad word. Scheme. It's just a different approach, but that is I like the trust just because it's different.
Of course, of course. Okay, so let's throw the trust to the side. If they could get you the number you wanted, right, and they didn't go through renegotiating, they got you a really big down payment, let's say 50% down payment, so you got a bunch of money in your pocket, and they made a monthly payment to you, and they took the ownership, but they took a monthly payment and they gave it to you, and that monthly payment had some interest attached to it, so you actually make more money long term. Would there be anything keeping you from doing this besides the lack of trust?
Yes. Like I said in the beginning, I'm getting up in years.
Yeah.
I don't want to I want to enjoy my money, number one.
Okay.
I don't want to have a 7-year payment schedule that I don't get my money until 7 years. I want it today.
Makes sense. Well, you want it today, but the market's not allowing that to happen, right?
Well, no. Well, to get the price that I'm have on it right now, maybe not.
Well, you also collectively, between the condo fee, the taxes, the insurance, you're probably hemorrhaging between the three properties somewhere around $2,000 or $3,000 a month. Do you have utilities turned on?
Yes.
Okay, so you've got $2,500 a month that you're losing on these three properties. So what does that account to in 1 year, right? You've got $30,000 in a year. So you're not getting the price you want. You've got headache. You've got problem. You've got houses that, or whatever. Are these agents going to be able to sell the house anytime soon?
We've this is really weird that you're calling me today. One of the three pieces of property, and it was we've got two of the properties we've got on the market for 2015. He's right down the street, and he's already said that he's going to pay cash, and he's ready to take possession.
I love it.
So I know. Well, this is something like that will come up, and at least I have one off the slate.
Yeah.
The other two, I don't know. I can probably mosey along until the things start turning up. In the things that are happening, in the realty.
Yeah. Well, can I make a suggestion for you before you and I get off the phone?
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know why these investors got your phone number and didn't talk to your real estate agent first. My suggestion is you maybe get on a phone call with your real estate agent and say, hey, I had a couple of investors that would love to present an offer to you, and get on a three-way call. Your real estate agent can verify who these buyers are. Your real estate agent can verify transactions. Your real estate agent can verify the legal aspect of these transactions. And your real estate agent, here's my thought. This is how this benefits you. If you accept an offer, not accept an offer, not saying you sign the contract, but let's say you receive an offer from these gals, and these gals don't put a limit on your offers. They say something like, hey, Miss Rita, what if we let you have 90 days to make a decision with us? And we will also give you permission to use our offer against your other people and say, we already have offers at that price or higher, so please submit a higher offer. These investors could actually help you get a higher offer if you choose not to go through with them. Does that make sense?
Okay, you're talking about the going against the realtor?
No. We don't want to go against a realtor. What we would do is we would work with a realtor and you to have these investors that you've already spoken to. So Irina is her name. Have Irina submit an offer to you and your agent that you do not need to accept, and you have 90 days to accept. But what this does is it helps your agent get involved in the transaction, verify whether these things are real, and help verify some trust elements. And then also give you 90 days to use Irina's offer as leverage against other people's offers that are inevitably going to come across and maybe offer you lower than what your asking price is. So Irina and myself, when we work with sellers like you, if I'm the right fit, I'm going to be the right fit. I'm not competing against anybody. I am looking for sellers that want the highest possible number and are okay with getting a big chunk of money up front and are okay with taking payments for 3 years or 5 years or what have you. I'm the perfect fit for those clients. If I'm not, then you should use my offer against other investors to see if you can get higher offers, saying, well, I got this guy named Pace and this gal named Irina that have already offered that number, so your offer needs to be a little bit higher. Speaking with Irina and your agent will actually benefit you. And worst case scenario, in 90 days, maybe you go, you know what? Those guys were really helpful. And they gave us an offer. They didn't expect us to sign it. And they told us we should use their offer against them. That's me giving you permission to use my offer against me and get higher offers from other people that are submitting them. Would you be opposed to something like that?
Okay, just that the latter part, but not the, I'm going to wait 3 to 4 to 5 years type of thing. Now, if they wanted to do just try to get a better offer, I like that part. So,
I mean, you can use our offer against us. We don't mind that. But my suggestion is we work with your real estate agent to explain to them what we're trying to do. And you guys have
what I'm trying to do and what you're thinking I'm trying to do is not the same thing. I'm not going to be the bank. I will not. Yeah, this is not I don't want to have anything to do with being, the person who is going to be funding anything. So get that straight. So if you'd like to have Irina and anybody else that you know help me just to get some bids and then see who the bidders, if we can get the bid up or keep it, if they bring me somebody who has matched what I want, that's fine.
Okay, cool. So I'm on the same page with you 100%. I understand that today and maybe forever, you'll never want to be the bank. I understand that. You and I are on the same page. I've said that twice. So I want you to understand that I understand that. Okay.
Well, we keep repeating your words, 3 to 5 years. And, that's when I got my big chill room.
Can I tell you why? I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. 90% of the deals I've done with sellers start out just like what you're saying right now. And then the market doesn't give them what they want. And they come back to me and they go, hey, let's revisit the conversation. And I understand that 10% of the time, they don't come back to me, but 90% of the time they do. And why do they come back to me? Because I'm patient, because I don't push, because I understand the number one thing you should care about is the highest and best possible price. Miss Rita, I don't know your financial situation, but I can argue that you probably don't need all the money today. You're not going to go on a big $400,000 cruise. You're not going to go buy a Rolls Royce. What you want is the highest and best number to respect your husband and your family's hard work in putting into these properties. So
Right.
whether you accept my offer or not, I'm going to be a patient person, give you my offer, which does include you being the bank. And I do not expect you to accept it. I do not expect that. What I expect,
You're right.
right? I know I've done this a lot.
Mhm.
I've talked to many Miss Ritas, and many Miss Ritas want to assert that they will not be the bank. And I understand that. All I'm saying is giving you a patience, and I'm giving you an offer that involves patience. And at the end of that offer, you say, I still don't want to do the deal with you. I'm perfectly fine with that too. What that looks like is in the next, let's say, a week, you, your agent, and myself have a conversation about this offer. You still say no to me. Guess what I'll still do, Miss Rita? I
What?
will still send the paperwork over to you and expect you not to sign it. What will I expect you to do? I will expect you to take my paperwork, not sign it, and then your real estate agent, as she's accepting offers from people I don't know and I'm never going to talk to, I expect her to use my paperwork as leverage to get them to bid their prices up higher. See what I'm doing here? I'm helping you regardless of whether you sell to me. Now, in 90 days, you come back to me and go, we haven't gotten the offer we want. Let's revisit the conversation and see if there's something else we can work out. That's my hope. And if in 90 days you say, Pace, we already sold the house, have a good day. Just like this other, the first house you just sold potentially to the cash offer, what'd I say? I said, congratulations. That's awesome. I want what's best for you. So my thought is, why not get on a call with the agent, work out at least submitting an offer. You do not, in fact, you know what I'll do, Miss Rita? I'll remove the signature line from the paperwork so that you can't even sign the paperwork. That is,
I wanted it, and I'm not going to get it.
that is correct. I still would not let you sign it. I want you to use my offer against me to try and get a higher and better offer. If you can't get the offer you want within 90 days, then all I ask is you allow us to at least submit the offer again and maybe potentially earn your trust. That's all.
Okay, when you say, are you going to be involved in
Yes.
in other words, you're going to be one of the bidders, like the others that,
I will partner with Irina and I will be their partner on the deal, and we will submit a bid for the house. Our bid or our offer, the way we say it, our bid will include you being the bank. You will not need to accept that. In fact, like I said, I will remove the signature on it so you can't even sign it. Okay? All I ask is you use it against me. Use it against me. Tell your real estate agent to use my bid against me to go to other bidders and say, we already have an offer at this price. Okay. And in 90 days, if you still don't have the offer you need, then we can revisit the conversation.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's where you kept saying, that, and when we bid and and I went, okay, wait a minute.
Makes sense.
You bid with it. Yeah. But it does come with your bid comes with proviso of the offer that I'm the bank.
Yes. I will never do it. I will never do a deal other than that with you or anybody else. And the reason being is because I'm not a perfect fit for every seller, but I'm a perfect fit for the perfect seller that wants the perfect number. And if you are wanting to lower your price for other people's offers, then go do that. If you want a higher price, I'm the buyer. And if you go with somebody else, I will send you a congratulations card and I'll move on to the next seller. Okay. I know the situation you're in. I know your desires. I will be patient with you. And when you tell me you sold it to somebody else, I'll send you a message and say, congratulations. I will send you a bid where my signature will be on it, but your ability to sign it will be completely removed so that there's no expectations on your part. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, my only ask is that I get to talk to your real estate agent, which I think Irina should have done in the first place, and explain who we are, what we do, give some references, some other sellers that we've done this with to your real estate agent. So when the 90 days is up, your real estate agent has already verified who we are. We're not full of it. We have proof that we've done it. You guys have verified through other parties, and you can see that we do this all the time. So worst case scenario, you can't get the number you want, and you have to keep spending $600 on this condo, and you keep spending money on taxes and insurance. You say enough is enough. Let's talk to that Pace guy. He seemed like kind of a nice guy. Call us up. You've already verified who we are, and maybe we do a deal. There's a 1% chance we do a deal, but there's a 100% chance we have a lot of fun getting to know each other.
Hmm. Now, are you local or are you, I mean, I know that your group is a national group, but are you local here in San Antonio or where are you?
I was just in San Antonio all week last week. I was at Morgan's Wonderland doing real estate transactions all week long. Do you know where Morgan's Wonderland is?
Yeah.
Yes. We rented out that whole entire venue, and we had 300 of our best investors all in the same room working with each other. I flew home to Phoenix where I live, and I go to San Antonio once a month to look at properties. We own properties in California, New York, San Antonio, Big Spring, Texas. We have 2,000 rentals all over the country. So we're nationwide.
Yeah. Okay. The reason I'm saying that is, I like somebody I can reach out and touch.
Of course.
And
if it requires a flight and a dinner, I'll take you out for your favorite place.
Oh yeah, right. No, I don't want a dinner. I want money.
Well, we'll give you that too. We'll give you 50% down or whatever it is that you want down if you can't get what you want from other people.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think the next step would be getting your real estate agent and I on a phone call, me building some trust and rapport with them, and then sending a bid to that agent with my name attached to it, my bank's name, who I am, other people I've done. And then you guys put that offer in your back pocket, hold on to it for 90 days and use it as leverage. And don't call me, text me or anything until 90 days is up. And we check back in 90 days and see if you got those houses sold.
Okay.
It
sounds good. I like it because the agent right now, she's a young person, but she's had a lot of experience in Florida, and her father, I think, was a realtor too. And she is, hanging the moon for me. I mean, she's doing a lot of work, going in the house to house where it's a gated community of condos, and she's going to go knock on doors and see if anybody would like to upgrade, from, let's say, a 2-bedroom, with a small group, small, what do you call it, square footage to mine, because it's one of the biggest. And that's why I have to pay so much condo fee, because they go by the square footage, and that's how they determine who pays what.
Right.
And so anyway, that way she can see whether they want, whether they have somebody that is renting right now and wants to get out of rent and get into a condo where they can get some equity.
Right.
So she's a good person, and she's gonna try as hard as she can. She's already she came upon me on cold call, just asking if she could do a what do you call it? Open
house.
Open house, yeah. And she said, "There's nothing that you have to pay or anything. Just I'm trying to get some experience of what's going on, and see what other people are talking about. And plus," she said, "sometimes I can get somebody to sign up with me just by talking with me, because they don't have a realtor."
Smart.
Yeah. So I'm not sure how she would accept this or not.
I already know how she'll accept it. I'll tell you how. I could call her directly and just say, hey, I've spoken with Miss Rita. We accidentally called her directly. She suggested we called you direct. She suggested we call you. Let me catch you up to speed on our conversation. Here's what'll cool. What's your agent's name?
Mahina.
Okay.
Let's see.
Mahina. I just need the first name. So
Yeah.
Mahina. So I would say Mahina. Even if you and I don't do a deal with Mrs. Rita, Mahina and I will do a lot of deals together. You know how I make up most of my money is through real estate agents that I build trust and rapport with. And every time they run into a seller in a similar situation, I'm the first person they call. So Mahina, she is a portal for me to 15 or 20 deals a year. She just needs to meet me. So regardless of whether you and I do this deal together, which 99% chance it sounds like we're not, Mahina is actually the treasure for me to meet because her and I will do a lot of deals together. Okay, so
yeah, I'm not sure if she's heard about this. She didn't present anything like this to us, so I don't know whether she's been,
she probably hasn't. Most real estate agents are not that educated, to be honest, about real estate investing. They just know how to sell kind of traditional. But I can explain it to her, and I've got a lot of videos, and I can refer her to a Texas attorney she can talk to, and I'll pay for the fee. A lot of Texas attorneys I do deals with will call her and go, yeah, Mahina, this has been around for 100+ years. A lot of real estate investors do this. Here's a couple of case studies. Me and Mahina will have a great conversation. I'll build some trust and rapport with her, and then I'll have her call you and check in with you.
Okay. Now, I'm going to have to not give you a straight answer right now because my daughter is involved in this. And she's been doing a lot of the work for me, getting in touch with realtors and things like that.
I can get a hold of Mahina's phone number on my own. It's on your listing. I can call her.
Yeah.
It's not that's an easy thing for me to do.
Okay. Because I don't know whether she wants, let me just talk to her because she may say, no, we're going straight with Mahina. We want a clean, sale. We want to, we don't want anything different.
If you and I ended up doing a deal, Mahina would be involved 100%, and I would be the one paying her commission. So I would not be cutting her out at all, ever. Okay. So again, talk to your daughter too, but here's what I think I should do. My next step is to not wait for you at all. My next step is to prove myself and call Mahina and build my rapport with Mahina and say, hey, Mahina, I want to submit a bid. Here's my suggestion. I'll kind of go through the same thing I did with you, where I said, take my bid, use it against me. If I'm the best offer, I'm the best offer. Come back to me in 90 days. Let me know. Your daughter's not going to want to accept this either, right? Everybody wants a bird in the hand rather than two in the bush. Right?
Yeah.
But when the bird in the hand dies and the market doesn't allow you to actually keep that bird, I'm here holding two birds saying, let's have a conversation. I know that I don't ever rush anybody. I know I don't ever push anybody. I will send a contract over without even a signature line on it. That's how confident I am in what I bring to the table for specific sellers. And if I'm not a good fit for you, guess what? I'm still going to make money with Mahina. Me and her are going to put food on each other's table for years and years and years.
Yeah, she may not, but I'm not sure if she knew about this. Well, she didn't mention it to us. So
it's not the first time I've educated about 50,000 real estate agents in my career. They don't know a lot, so I'm happy to educate them.
Yeah.
By the way, it was great having a chat with you. I probably kept you on the phone longer than we should have. I appreciate you tremendously.
So do you need her telephone number?
Nope, I can find it. It's on the listing. No problem.
Because I've got it right in front of me.
No worries. I want to show you that I know what I'm doing. I'll call Mahina on my own, and
Okay.
I don't need an introduction. I don't need a phone number. I will go and do that work on my own.
Okay.
You're incredible.
You're too.
Okay. Have a great day.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Okay, so a lot of things to learn there, right? I've got a new student that is calling sellers directly. This is why you don't call sellers directly when a real estate agent is involved. By the way, do you feel like you learned a couple of things about how I can slow down and downshift, and I can communicate and mirror with somebody? Okay, there's nobody better than me on the phone. And also, you just treat people like they're your grandma, your sister, your daughter. Like I would never want a real estate investor to call my mom when there's an agent involved. You call the agent, guys. You work with a real estate agent. You never go around real estate agents. That's disrespectful. And if you don't know that, now you know, right? So big learning lesson there. Also, what did we learn? I learned that trust was her biggest issue. So how did I overcome that? I said, well, why don't I give you value? I know I'm the best fit for you, but let me prove it. I'll even send you an offer without a signature line on it just to show that I'm going to be here, because that's how you earn an 80-year-old's trust. And by the way, if somebody tried to buy my mom's house from them at 80, I would expect the same gosh dang thing. Do not send my mom a freaking contract with a signature on it. Let her read that for 3 weeks straight. Let her go to an attorney. Let her take her time. She's 80, for heaven's sakes. Okay. Do we all agree with this? Can I get a yes? Think I know a thing or two about real estate? By the way, I'm going to tell you guys something really interesting. I'm not a licensed real estate agent, and for the love of mercy, you shouldn't be either. I know more about real estate and how to handle these situations than any licensed real estate agent you could imagine. I've never been licensed. I'll never get licensed. Now, why? Because I want to be an investor, and being a licensed agent does not teach you how to invest in real estate. It actually teaches you the opposite. It teaches you to sell other people's real estate, and it takes you down a really cool path that you can make good money, but it's a job. My real estate agents in here, can I get a yes that you agree that being an agent is actually a job? Being an investor is freaking amazing, right? And also, does that give you a little bit of confidence to know that we don't take advantage of people? We actually do quite the opposite. I know that with creative finance, I am the best offer for the people that want the best price, period. Nobody can beat us on that. So I'm not trying to convince anybody of anything. I don't close sellers. I don't really negotiate ever. I just say, here's what I can provide to you. Let me make sure you understand it. I'm probably more educating than I am ever negotiating. And that is it. And then what you do is you learn how to downshift and upshift depending on personality types and how to communicate with people. Okay. How did you know? Tia says, how did you know that trust was the issue? Could it be, number one, she's 80, right? First off, the second I heard she was 80, I'm like, there's no way this lady's going to sign a contract anytime soon. And honestly, I would never want her to. I would never want her to, ever, 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 ever. I would almost force her to not sign the contract for a couple of weeks at least. I would even give her to an attorney, say, go talk to this attorney and I'll pay the fee. Now, is that good for newbies? No, but newbies, do you feel like you need to partner with people like me? Say me, if you need to partner with people like me, I'll bring all those things to the table. When you collaborate with other people, you have mentors and you have people that can walk you through this. I'll bring the proof of funds. I'll make the calls. I just made that call for a brand new SubTo member, brand new. Okay. They have not learned quite yet. You don't call sellers, you call the agent if they're being represented. And so I'm happy to do even the calls. I'm happy to present the contracts, fill out the contracts, do the forms, show proof, show them the other sellers I've done deals with. And you, the newbie that's sitting here the whole time going, but I don't know. I've never closed a deal. How am I going to make this call? You don't. You let somebody like me make those calls. Can we get a yes in the comments today? Benjamin says, Pace, if possible, could I have a conversation with you? No, bro, I'm too busy pumping iron. What are you talking about, Benjamin? Okay. Speaking of mentors, I have made my mentor, one of my favorite people on the planet, Mr. Vic Keller, who builds car washes, has had a multi-billion-dollar exit, meaning he sold multiple businesses to Warren Buffett. This guy has sold billions of dollars of companies to Warren Buffett. And I sought this guy out and asked him to be my mentor. And I'm now building car washes underneath his guidance. And so today, okay, we have Elliot Bradshaw says, Elliot, bro, get out of here. Guys, can we agree we got to ask questions on topic? Come on. By the way, the strategy on that deal would be a Morby method, not a SubTo deal or a seller finance deal. That would be a Morby method deal. Go watch a YouTube video about that Morby method deal. All right, cool. My friend, my mentor, Mr. Vic Keller. Vic, where are you at today, brother?
Man, I am in Dallas, Texas.
How did you listen to any of that call?
Pace, I have a question. I know I know you're busy, man. I know you're pumping iron. You got a lot going on. Is there any way you could call my mom tomorrow? I just want you to talk to her. It's not about a real estate deal. She's lovely. She's amazing. But if you could just spend 30 minutes, being as patient with her as you were with that nice lady, that was so impressive. I love it, man. So you're a gentleman. You know, what's funny is I know you outside of these webinars, and you're the same guy, man. You just are patient and kind. So I love
It's
it.
how, you know, I follow gentlemen like you, people that are way, way, way ahead of me in business and have done a lot more than me. But I can tell you one thing you've never done in your life. You've never forced a deal to happen. You always make sure you create a win-win scenario for everybody involved.
Never a good deal if you force it to happen. It just doesn't. I've never done a deal that I've had to force to happen that's been like a great deal.
You know, when you were telling me the story about when you sold the company to Warren Buffett, and you were probably expecting a big, thick contract between you and him. What did he say about signing a partnership deal or a transaction? Like, what does the paperwork look like in that situation?
Well, I was many steps removed away from that paperwork. There's an army of people in between us, but all I can tell you is Mr. Buffett's mentality from everything I've studied and what I witnessed personally is that if you can't trust somebody's word and you can't shake their hand and look at them eye to eye and you have to paper a deal that's an encyclopedia long, then you probably have a problem. So
Yes, correct. And so
yeah.
you in a lot of ways, telling this lady, hey, I'm going to send you a bid that you can use against me. And I'm going to remove the signature line so you will not sign it because I want to make sure that I'm the right fit for you. Really builds the trust and the rapport with her because it dismantles. She's like, wait, hold on, wait, what? You're not even going to let me sign the contract? Guys, I learned this kind of stuff by from deal makers like Mr. Vic Keller. And right now, I am underneath this man's tutelage. How many people have watched some of the car wash posts that I've made on Instagram in the last, I don't know, probably 7, 8, 9 months? How many people have seen that? Give me a yes or a me in the side chat. And it gets you salivating because some of these deals are netting like 30 grand, 40 grand a month. Well, the man that I'm learning this from and my team is learning from his team is right here. This is my mentor. This is the guy that I'm, spending money, building car washes and following his business and buying things from his business. There's nobody better on the planet to have as a mentor than Mr. Vic Keller. Vic, are we going to talk about some car wash stuff today?
Well, first of all, Pace, you are a gentleman and you are kind, and thank you for having me. I love it, and it's funny because, and I don't know that people would know this about you, but I mean, you just literally cold reached out to me, and I think somebody mentioned my name to you a year or so ago, and we've become fast friends, and it's amazing to me that you have such a platform, you have so many people, you have so much going on, and you just are a ferocious learner and you just want to learn and you want to learn more. So that makes it fun for me. We're going to talk about some car washes tonight. As a matter of fact, I'll be really transparent with you. You didn't tell me how much time I had. And so I couldn't figure out if I wanted to talk for 15 minutes or 45, but here's what I'm going to tell you. I love the world that we live in because there's so many amazing things that are being built in business, but I feel like a lot of them are mysteries. And so like people talk about their deals, they're doing a deal. I built this, I built that, I did this deal, but you can't see the deal. It's like, and especially when you get in kind of, the internet today, everyone's talking about deals, but very rarely do you see the deal. And so I was thinking tonight I'd do things a little bit different. And I want to dive into some fundamentals about kind of what I believe in business, the principles that I've followed in business. I am not saying that they're right. I'm just saying that they've worked for me. And then from there is what I really want to do is dive into not just the opportunity that comes with investing and building enterprise value in a car wash, but even more importantly than that, what in the heck is a car wash? Like, I want to show you the back room of a car wash. I want to show you the fundamentals of a
Sweet.
car wash. And I'm going to go through every major component of a car wash. And that may sound like the most boring thing in the world to some people, but let me tell you, it's like an ATM machine. You want to know how this thing works because it's just going to keep dispensing money if you have it in line. So I'm going to dive into it. I'm going to go through it all.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah. And you and I mean, honestly, you and I have walk sites. We've done it. You've gotten down on your hands, and I felt like you were trying to work on a piece of equipment one day, but that's a different story. But I really want everyone to see like what this business really, really is. And so it's a bit of a masterclass in car washing. And the reality of it is that I don't know anywhere else this is out there. People that are promoting and talking about car washes, they usually don't tell you about the back end of it because it's not pretty, it's not sexy. And we've worked really hard to make it pretty and sexy and modular. So, you can, if you need to fix something, it's easy to fix. And so I'm going to do that. So I'm excited to share that with your group. I can't believe this. Looks like you got thousands of people here as always. So I'm honored to be here and appreciate some opportunity to share.
I love it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. By the way, guys, did you guys already get a lot of value in the first 30 minutes of this Zoom session where you saw me make a real call on a real situation? We already got value today, right? So this is all bonus. I got a gentleman named Mohammed. I don't know what it is about you engineers. Y'all are wild. Mohammed, you're wild. He's like, let's go, please. Guys, you need to know who you're talking to, what their background is before we jump into the thing. Do we all agree with that? Mohammed, you need a hug. And when you see me next time, we're going to give you a hug. All you engineers that just can't help watching a seller call just get locked up and help this lady out. Man, Mohammed, I'm going to karate chop you next time I see you so freaking hard, bro. Okay. He says, I feel offended. Well, I'm glad you feel something. You engineers typically don't. So I'm really glad that you feel something. So my friends, Vic is going to break it down. I can tell you, I've driven by thousands of car washes, and what he's saying is very true. You drive by and you're like, how does that work? What kind of money does that make? Why are these things popping up everywhere that I drive? I wish I knew how to buy them. What does it look like? All of those types of things. Let's get into all of that. Vic, thank you for being here, brother. This is amazing to bring value. And by the way, one thing I want to bring up, and I don't know if we can bring this up at the beginning. I know that you and I live together in Montana. You have 5 houses. I have 2. I'm trying to get to the 5-house level, but one of the houses you live in is in the greatest place on the planet, is in Montana. And you are holding, I believe you have an event with higher level people that you are inviting into. Are you inviting people into your home in Montana?
I am. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna cover a couple points on that at the end of this car wash presentation. But yes, we are hosting a very elite deal, and we're doing it really for you, Pace. We just did this a month ago, and it was an amazing success. And I know you said you have some people in your community that you think would love to get involved. So I'm going to dive into that. But yes, in June, just in a few weeks, I think maybe 4 weeks, we have a 2-day event, exclusive, private, invitation only, but with an application. And I'm going to talk a little bit about it. But yeah, in my house, in my living room, literally, we're all breaking bread, locking arms, and it's a ton of fun.
Okay, cool. Let's jump into it. I gave you co-host, so you should be able to share your screen. By the way, his Zoom is going in and out, and I think I know why. It's because he's got a picture of him and Warren Buffett on the back thing, and his Zoom thinks that there's another person in the camera. And so it's glitching. Just let it glitch. Don't let it bother you. Let's just take the substance from what the substance is. Your camera's like on auto.
It is. Yeah.
But don't worry about it, guys. We're going to have a good time, and we're going to unleash the side chat. Let's give him some love and then let him take over. You are in charge, Vic. Let's get into it.
All right. Let's see here if this is going to let me go.
Yeah, we can see it. This is great.
Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
All right. It's hopefully not zooming in and out. It's still zooming in and out. I'm sorry about that.
Don't be. We're all gonna ignore it except for Mohammed. He's gonna lose his mind because these engineers just want everything to be perfect. Okay.
All right. Good. Well, all right. Here I go. So Pace, is what I'd love to do is one of the fundamentals that I've used in business for the past couple decades in building companies is what I call a durable business blueprint. Now, people that are here tonight and they're thinking, man, I want to learn about real estate and real estate deals. Well, I'm going to get into the real estate. I'm going to talk about the car wash business, which is an absolutely fundamental real estate play. But before I do that, it's really important for me that everyone understands fundamentally why I like the car wash business and really why I like business in general. So listen, I think Pace told everyone a little bit about my background. I'm not going to wear everyone out with the details around that, but short version is I founded 17 companies. I've had some good exits. I was fortunate to be a part of a transaction where a few of my companies were acquired by one of the most brilliant men in business. So that's been a lot of fun. Why am I continuing to build businesses? People ask me all the time. They're like, Vic, you've had these wins, you've built businesses. Why do you keep doing it? And I'm going to tell you, there's a few reasons. One is it is absolutely fun. I love to build businesses. I love to start businesses. I love to build teams, and it's just fun for me. It's my hobby. I'm horrible at golf. but I do play every once in a while. I've got a few other things that I love to do. I love to hang out with my family. I love Jesus. I love to have great food. I love to travel, but I love to build businesses. So that's kind of my passion. But why do I like to build businesses right now? Why am I building right now? I do not think there is a better time, certainly that I've ever seen in the history of capitalism and commercialization in the United States, to build businesses. There is just an extraordinary opportunity right now to be a builder. So no matter what you're thinking about doing, I just have to tell you, from someone that's been doing it for a couple decades, now is the time. Why is now the time? Now is the time for a few reasons. One is, of course, everyone's thinking, I'm going to say it, I am. Artificial intelligence, AI, has compressed time. It's created an unbelievable opportunity for builders to be able to get so much done on their own and not have to have massive teams of people that cost tens of millions of dollars, but to have smaller, leaner teams to make better decisions. That's amazing. But also, I'll tell you why I see a huge opportunity in the marketplace. There's a lot of people that are just kind of lazy, tired, and not motivated. And I know that's not nice to say, but I feel like there's more people right now that just aren't driven, aren't motivated, don't want to win than I've ever seen before. And let me tell you what that does. That opens up the floodgates. It opens up the opportunity for people that genuinely want to dive in and build something big. So I don't think there's ever been a better time. I think that right now, if you want to build something with enterprise value, I'll talk about what enterprise value is. In order to get to enterprise value, you have to build a business that is durable. But before I get there, let me tell you about what is the absolute most passionate topic for me. I see some people in chat here that know me and listened to me before, so I'm sorry this is going to be redundant. I've been talking about this for 20 years. I'm going to continue to talk about it. People that build amazing businesses, whether they're entrepreneurs, whether there's someone on your team, I see some common attributes that I've really taken notes on for the past couple of decades of what wires people that are winners, that are A players, that want to build enterprise value. And the 9 are this: people that have a strong work ethic, they're passionate about growth, they have infectious positivity, people that are just positive, encouraging, just like we just saw Pace do, how he was so patient with that lady, right? That's infectious positivity. Effective communication, people that have unwavering professionalism. Let me tell you something. I know you guys didn't show up tonight for a seminar on professionalism, but as what I'm going to tell you is, it is a lost art. It's a lost skill in the world today. And if you can just be professional and be thoughtful, again, a lot of what we just heard from Pace, he was very professional with that lady, and he was very transparent. He's very authentic. That is huge. And guess how much it cost? Guess how much it costs to embody these 9 attributes? It costs nothing. It costs nothing at all to be professional, but it's a game changer today. And you say, what does it mean to be professional? Again, I know we're not here for a professionalism lesson, but what does it mean to be professional? It's in the way you communicate. It's in the way you treat people, but it's also in the way you text. It's in the way you have conversations. It's in the way you send emails, right? You think, well, I'm in a hurry. I don't care. I'm moving fast. I'm just going to be short with people. Let me tell you, there is so much value in being patient and being thoughtful and being professional. Next, competitive drive. Love people that are competitive, right? Competitive drive goes a lot with people that have infectious positivity and a passion for growth. These are compounding attributes. I personally love people that are compassionate and they have family values. They love their family. And even if there's someone that's single, right? You can see if someone loves their extended family. You can see how they treat other people. And you know, I'm going to jump ahead, and they have a zeal for life. They're excited about life, and then they have a loving heart. And I know some of you are probably going, man, this is a weird list for an entrepreneur to be talking about attributes, but I'm going to tell you, the last one to me is the most important. You know, I'm just not a big fan of assholes. And that's the nicest way for me to put it. I probably should come up with a different word, but I love people that love people. And there's a time to be firm and to be strong. But if you're in business today, and you can embody these 9 attributes, you're going to stand out. If you're building a team, if you're developing people, follow these 9 attributes. I'm telling you, they'll work. Every once in a while, People do let us down, that's for sure. But man, if someone has a good heart, if they have a zeal for life, if they want to work and they want to win, there's somebody that we can really get behind. So that's a bonus piece of content. Next, I want to talk about something that's really important in business today that, again, is not, I don't see it being embodied by a lot of people, but everyone talks about revenue. Everyone talks about cash flow. And there is nothing wrong with revenue. There's nothing wrong with cash flow. I don't know if you guys notice on this screen, but on one side, I've got a few influencers here. Hopefully you don't know any of them, probably standing in front of their rented Ferrari. And, you know, I guarantee you they're talking about cash flow. And by the way, you got to have good cash flow to build a business. I'm not down on cash flow, but they're just all about cash flow. And it's just repetition. It's like being on a treadmill. It's fatiguing. It's daunting. It just beats you up. And so ultimately, there's a big amount of noise that we hear today around just cash flow and revenue. Let me tell you what gets multiples. Let me tell you what brings enterprise value. Let me tell you what you get: the cash flow and you get the durability that brings enterprise value that ultimately brings you multiples. When you think multiples, think enterprise value. And you think enterprise value is what you think is, what is this business I'm building worth to someone else? And I love businesses that have immense value to other people. And I'm going to talk more about it, but businesses that are dependent on me and everything about me, those are not businesses that have enterprise value. So I'll dive more into that, but think about terms like predictability, transferability, reducing risk, repeatability. Those are things that define durability in business versus I'm just going to sell, and I'm going to generate cash flow. And every day, every minute, every hour, you're not getting a compounding return. You're just getting more repetition. And let me tell you what repetition does to you. It wears you out. It takes the fun out of things. So big one. All right, so I want to look at two different businesses. We're going to dive into car washes, but I want you to follow with me for a second here. Two different kind of businesses that are in the marketplace today. And this complements what I was just saying about a durable business versus just a cash flowing business. And a fragile business that you could build in any business, whether it's real estate, manufacturing, technology, whatever it may be, a fragile business is one that's owner dependent, that's all about sales. Everything's about sales. By the way, sales are important. I know you guys are thinking, well, no, you got to have sales. Yes, you've got to have sales. Messy numbers, not a good management rhythm, and hard to transfer. In other words, it's all about you. You are the individual that keeps that business going every day. Let me tell you, the minute you unlock the game behind the game of business, which is that you are not the force multiplier. You cannot fundamentally 10x yourself. It's impossible. I mean, I've got friends that are some of the top longevity guys in the world, and I've pulled them aside and I've been like, hey man, can I really 10x myself? Like, is that possible? And if you guys have heard me say this, my wife and my kids are like, please don't 10x yourself. We can only handle one of you. But here's what you can do. You can multiply the success that you have by the multiplication and the growth of other people. That's what's huge. That's where the opportunity is to develop other people. Again, those of you that have heard me before, you're like, man, Vic, you always say that. I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to keep saying it because as long as I'm developing other people, I don't have to get up at 4 a.m. and cold plunge and do red light therapy and lose that extra 20 pounds, which, by the way, that all sounds fun and interesting, but helping other people get stronger and more successful is a much more scalable offer in my mind. So love to talk about it. I'm going to dive into what a durable business is. Again, take notes. The durability of a business is very important when you're building a car wash. So I want to walk you through the 7 layers that I see in a durable business. Now, this is really important. And the reason it's important is a lot of people talk about steps and processes in business, in different things operationally you want to do in business. Steps and processes are very important, right? Standard operating procedures are the price of admission. Like, you've got to have standard operating procedures in a business. You certainly need to have harmony in your business. But if you can build durable layers in your business, think about what layers do. They protect your business. Steps can break. Layers compound and they give you insulation, right? And when you look at this 7 layers that I'm going to go through here quickly, you look at what's in the middle. In the middle of the 7 layers are people. Why? Why are they number 4? Because you want your people to be more protected than anything else in your business. There is nothing that matters more in building a business, even in the age of AI, than people. Pace just showed us how important it is to communicate effectively and efficiently and compassionately with people. It's the same in operating your business and your team. No matter what kind of business you're going to build, you want to protect your people. How do you protect the people in your business, right? What does that look like? Well, number 1, again, I'm going to go quickly for a sake of time. Number 1 is you want to have a good site picture. Everyone needs to know where you're going. If you work for a company and you've got people in one department that don't know what's going on in another department, and I don't care if it's a company of 5 people or 5,000 people, right? When everybody has a different vision, they're going different directions. Let me tell you what happens. That Thanksgiving lunch is not a very authentic event. No one really wants to show up at the potluck lunch except for the guy that, may have put something bad in the casserole. And so my point is that you bring people together by having a common vision, by having common direction, and having strategic focus. So that is what really matters. You've got to start out, number 1, when you're building your layers, have a clear vision. Next, this is huge. I know you're thinking, Vic, how in the world does this have anything to do with car washes? Well, I'm going to show you. So stick with me because it has a lot to do with it. So are you guys tracking along with me here? Give me some hearts over in chat so I can make sure you're still alive. So there we go. Thank you. All right. So offer and demand. What is going on with offer and demand? We've got to talk about this. If you're going to build a durable business that has enterprise value, you do not want to build a business that you're always having to push your product on people. You want people to pull your product. You want people to want your product, need your product more than you want to sell your product, right? Let me tell you what happens when people want and need and desire to have your product. You get margin expansion. You get better flow through or profitability. You get everything's better. Everything's better. So when you create a product, when you create an offer in any business, you want to make sure that you're getting to a point to where it's about pull. They're pulling your offer. Customers want your offer more than you want to sell it to them. You're not always having to push. If you're always having to push and you're always having to grind and you're always having to beat people up, let me tell you, I've built 17 companies. I've not always done it right. It's really painful. It's tough. And let me tell you, when you don't have a good offer, your greatest risk is not the marketplace. Your greatest risk are the people that you work with because they see you're always fatigued, you're always scrapping, you're always fighting, you're always grinding. By the way, nothing wrong with scrapping, nothing wrong with grinding, nothing wrong with having to work hard. But if you're always going against the grain, you're never going to get harmony. Next, number 3, systems and processes. We love to talk about blueprints, frameworks. It's right here in my slide, right? The universal framework. So we love to talk about these things. They're super important. You've got to have them in a business. And the reason you have to have them in a business is so you know where your points of failure, you know where your points of success are. And once again, if you want people to have a clear vision, you want them to have a good site picture, is what they need more than anything is they need systems and processes to keep the train going in the same direction. And it's not dependent on you, right? So I can tell you it's a lot easier to write something out in today's age, by the way. It's really easy to write anything out because we don't even have to write it anymore, which is freaking awesome. People are like, man, is it okay if we use AI for that? If you work for me or you're on my team or I work with you and you're not using AI, you are like taking a horse and buggy down the road when you have access to a Gulfstream jet. I mean, like, it makes no sense, right? So systems and processes right now are easier to create than ever before. Create them. By the way, if you're building a business and you're like, man, it's just me. It's just me. I'm just trying to get in real estate. I want to do something. I want to give you an exercise that I think will really encourage you, and it's real. Get on one of the AI tools, get on ChatGPT, get on Claude, get on Gemini, get on whatever you want, and write the job descriptions for the team of 10 people, the 10 most important people that you're going to have on your staff when you build an amazing company. As you build an amazing company, dream and cast a vision for who those people are that you're going to hire and what their roles are. Now, let me tell you, at the end of the day, is what that's going to do is it's going to show you how much of a load you have on yourself. But when you write those job descriptions, when you lay that out, also lay out Why do those people want to come work for you? Why do they want to be on your team? Why would anyone want to work for you? Do they want to work from you because you're kind and thoughtful and compassionate? Do they want to work from you because you have an amazing product that the market's pulling? Do they want to work from you because you know how to market from anyone else? Do they want to work for you because you know how to price right? Why do they want to work for you? If you're going to make the job description, if you're going to dream about the people that are going to be on your team and you want to get A players, you've got to think about how are you going to get the right people? The way you're going to get the right people is if you position your business in a way that's going to bring the best talent. Let me tell you what happens if you have an unhealthy, toxic, painful, miserable business. Those are the people you attract. That's who comes and works with you. You can take them to dinner. You can tell them how great it's going to be, but smart people figure it out like that, and they're going to realize it's disingenuous. It's not authentic. That leads me to talent leadership. Nothing more important in business. I don't care what happens with AI. I don't care what happens with anything that's out there. People are going to be people until God comes back and we're gone from this earth, okay? I'm telling you, we're going to be here. We're going to be important. We're going to be involved. Don't get in a mindset of being a solopreneur, doing everything on your own, and you're going to figure out how to go engineer a billion-dollar company with AI. I'm telling you, don't do it. People aren't going away. You need to invest deep in them. You've got to get the right people, but you've got to have a durable business in place to attract the right people. Next, financial discipline, huge. Financial discipline is so huge in today's world. Once again, guys, I mean, Claude came out with a small business module this week. Claude AI Anthropic came out with a small business module, and literally one of their leading things that they are making available to everyone is the ability to have financial discipline. If you don't know how to read spreadsheets, if you don't know how to put 13-week cash flow statements together, if you don't know how to read a balance sheet, if you don't know how to read a P&L, if you don't know how to budget, if you don't know how to price things, you have the best assistant in the history of the world for $20 a month. And that's if you want to pay for the program and not get it for free. I encourage you to pay because you get a lot more there. So guys, I mean, it's available. There is no reason anybody on earth, even if you're like, man, I'm just not good with numbers. That's not my deal. I'm a sales and marketing pro. It's okay. It's okay. Just understand how to use the tools. I want to share this real quick. I read an article 2 weeks ago, and it talked about how people with ADD are more effective than people without it when it comes to using AI. And that was the best news I may have heard in my life because I'm the ADD guy, and I agree. It is an absolute brilliant tool because you can bounce around and be creative, and it's a ton of fun. All right, next, feedback loops. Number six, feedback loops. Let me tell you why feedback loops are important. I see so many people in business that they bury their head in the sand and they don't want to hear the bad news. And I get it, man. Sometimes bad news sucks. But you know what? You get the good news with the bad news. You have to learn, if you're going to build a durable business, you have to truly understand what's going on, and you need to listen to people. You need to listen to your employees. You need to listen to your customers. If you ask someone for their opinion and they don't give you the opinion that you wanted to give them to give you, that's good. That's okay. Take the feedback. It's very important. And by the way, it's back to professionalism. Nothing I've listed here costs anything to do. It's just knowing how to structure, knowing how to operate, and knowing how to implement and execute on 7 very simple tactical practices within business. And then last, I'm not going to spend much time on this, but strategic control. What I'm going to talk to you about tonight, what I'm going to share with you in the car wash world is all about strategic control. Strategic control means you want to control as much as you can in your business. So if COVID happens, if a natural disaster happens, if tariffs happen or don't happen, you have the ability to be able to manage and control your business. You have to plan for the unexpected. You have to plan. If you plan for the unexpected in your business and you have really good strategic control, and we could spend an hour and a half on strategic control alone because it's a topic I love, but there's a lot of terms around that: vertical integration, having, less suppliers, less steps in between you and distribution, whatever it may be. But it's something you've got to think about, because I have to tell you, in a down market, when trouble's happening, when things are going sideways, let me tell you who wins. The one that wins is the one that has the strategic control in their business, and they've thought about it long in advance. And COVID was a great example. I know it's an extreme example, but there were a lot of people that had strategic control in their businesses, and they just freaking got wealthy, crazy wealthy. And it was amazing. All right. So let's talk a little bit about what's fun. We're going to talk about car washes. I wanted to throw this image up there. I'm going to break this thing down. I'm going to dissect it. I'm going to talk to you about the business. It's a great business. I'm involved in 8 different industries. I've got, across investments and operating companies, over 20 different companies. I'm involved in just a ton of different industries, a ton of different businesses, and I help people engineer businesses and engineer success around enterprise value. And in doing that, I'm always looking for the businesses that have the path of least resistance to build a durable business that has enterprise value, that has predictable income, that's reoccurring revenue, that is just a lot of fun to be in. And one of the businesses that I've discovered 20 years ago that I've gotten really intense about in the last few years is the car wash industry. And I know you're thinking, man, people are putting car washes up everywhere. It's hard to get land. It's hard to get zoning. It's hard to get this. It's hard to get that. Let me tell you, what I'm going to share with you are not the car washes people are building. They're building car washes that cost 7, 9, 10, 12, 15 million dollars. It is absolutely outrageous how much some of these car washes cost. And I'm going to cheat ahead in a little bit and tell you that you can build one of our car washes between $2 and $3 million. And you can also get an SBA loan if you qualify. And I'm not an investor. I'm not promising returns or anything of the sorts. But what I would tell you is the SBA loan, you can borrow up to 90%. It's a pretty cool deal. Not many businesses you can do that with. Car wash fits in that box. So let me talk to you a little bit about why car washes have my attention. First of all, they are recession proof. And let me tell you what that means. When everyone runs out of money and they can't buy a new car, they take care of the one they have. Car washes crushed it during COVID. During COVID, everybody was going to get their car washed. I mean, give me some hearts if you went and got your car washed during COVID. Heck, for a while, it was one of the only things you could go do. And it's funny, car washes, they made a necessary business. They were open. But people go to car washes in good times and bad times. They just go to car washes. Most people that are, trying to win in life want a clean car. Maybe that's just how I feel. But I think that it's definitely a recession-proof business. And I would tell you it's damn near a depression-proof business. I mean, we could be in a depression and people are still going to get their cars washed. Predictable revenue. Subscriptions are amazing. I'm going to talk more about it. I own lots of car washes. There's nothing better than the first day of the month. Doesn't matter, rain, shine, or whatever it is, the first day of the month, thousands of members of the car wash that I own, any of the car washes I own, their fees come in. We charge their credit card, we get the money, right? We make money day one of the month in the car wash business because we have memberships. And you'd say, well, man, is that a good deal? Are we doing a disservice? No, these customers come get their car washed, right? Unlike people that join the fitness center, the health club in January that don't ever go again and keep paying their dues. When people sign up for a car wash, they come in and get their car washed. When people are like, well, do you wish they'd come in less? No, I want them to keep their subscription active. I want them to come in because if they're using it, they're getting the value, they're going to keep coming. So we encourage them to come. We don't say, please don't come. We want to make more money because we didn't have to put soap on your car. Heck no, we want to put as much soap as we can in your car. Keep it clean, keep it coming. Because let me tell you, it's a lot cheaper to retain a customer than it is to go out and try to get a customer. This stuff's simple. It drives me crazy when I hear people say, well, we only want our customers to come a couple times a month at the most. Hell, I don't care if they come, once a week. We'd prefer that they don't try to beat the system. Next, high margins. I don't need to get into it, but guys, it is an amazing, amazing business when it comes to margins. It's why Pace loves this business. He loves it because of the real estate, but he also loves the high margins that come with the business. Our business model is very tech-enabled. Matter of fact, guys, I am actually not here tonight with you to pitch my car wash program. I know some of you are going, well, that doesn't that's probably not true. I promise you it is. I just love the car wash business and I love building car washes and I love entrepreneurs. and building car washes happen to be a great way for people to be entrepreneurs. But I'm not here to sell you on this. I'll tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I'm about to tell you a little bit about how tough the business is as well. But I love that it's all about entrepreneurs. As I said, people, we all can't go get a McDonald's franchise. And by the way, I'd rather have a car wash than a McDonald's franchise, but we all can't go get them. They cost a lot of money. There's a lot of politics, a lot involved in getting one, that type of a franchise. Anybody can go get a car wash. Anybody. By the way, we don't even sell a franchise. We don't have a franchise. We don't have a licensing agreement. We just help you build a car wash. And I know you're thinking, well, that sounds too good to be true. No, it's not, because we're selling you everything that goes along with it. And so we certainly make money by putting people in the car wash business, but we're not trying to make money off the success of their business for years to come. It's their business. It's their family business. It's their legacy business. It's not our business. We just had the privilege to help you get started in the business. We love to see people be successful. Success stories around car washes are good for everybody because we get to get more of them. I'm going to cover this slide quickly. Let me just tell you, the car wash industry is growing. It's growing at a 5% CAGR. That's annual growth. That it's growing. It's big. I didn't say there was a keg party. I said CAGR. And so that is talking about how the business is going to grow over the next 10 years. There's a 5 to 7% CAGR annual growth that you're going to see in the car wash industry. So if you see all these car washes popping up, we're still underserved. I think a lot of people are building the wrong car wash. It's very fragmented, and most of them are independently owned. And by the way, the independently owned ones, which are most, are a lot of people, and that are the silver tsunami, they call it. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but they are people that are aging out, that are tired, and there's nothing wrong with buying a car wash. I would tell you that a lot of it'd be like buying an old car, right? So you can buy an old car. There's nothing wrong with that, but you're not going to get the efficiency and the optimization that you're going to get out of a new car. So, buying old cars is tough, but what that's going to do is create a market opportunity, because these older car washes, a lot of them shutting down, going out of business, they sell the real estate for another use. That opens up the market for already an underserved market. So that's great. A lot of institutional capital, right? If you want to build a business and you're like, man, someday I'd like somebody to come along that has stupid money, dumb money, and they want to come buy my business from me. Well, let me tell you, you probably don't want to open up a donut shop. You probably want to build a car wash, right? And so this is a business that investors seek because it has great durability, as we've been talking about. And so it's always nice to get into a business that, if you want to get out of it, that there's a lot of people waiting with big checkbooks that want to buy it. And those are the kind of car washes we operate. All right, a term that we hear a lot is a boring business. I think a boring business is I guess the best way to say it is, boring businesses are not boring. They're hard. Like the least boring business is what's known as a boring business. Business is tough, right? You buy a business from someone that's, it's very dependent upon them. They don't have enterprise value. They don't have durability. And you've just bought yourself a job, a job. You're not building an enterprise. So when you look at a car wash, there's a way to be in the car wash business and for it to look like a boring business that's not so boring. And then there's a way to engineer a car wash so it is a business. And I'm not going to say it's boring, because I think it's a load of fun, but it's a business that fundamentally operates and structurally operates without owning you. Let me tell you, you go buy one of these home services businesses right now, and there's nothing. I love these businesses. I'm all about people buying existing businesses. I own a company that helps people buy existing businesses and coaches people how to actually buy businesses and make them better. I'm all for it. But as what I can tell you is, there's a lot of businesses today that you can go out and buy that are boring businesses that are going to be everything but boring. So don't fall for boring. The car washes, they can be boring, meaning very tough, or they can be systematic. I'll talk to you about how they're systematic. All right, I'm going to move a little quicker. I hope you guys are following me. So next we have the 7 layers that I talked about: site picture, offer, demand, systems, processes, people, financial discipline, feedback loops, strategic control. Here's why I love the car wash business, specifically the kind of car wash that we build, that I deeply love for biased reasons, but it's also because it's just simply the best car wash model on the existence of the planet of Earth. And if there's car washes on other planets, it's also better than those car washes as well. until Elon gets involved. So if you look at this, the way this looks here, site picture, we have customer, market, site thesis, scoreboard, all the lot going on to understand. And I'm going to dive more into it of having a good site picture when you want to go buy a car wash. What does the offer and demand look like? Let me just tell you, when you have a car wash, your offer is going to create. If you're getting your customers, the competitor down the street are getting customers, you've got to think about your location, membership, speed. It takes 2.5 minutes to get your car washed in our car wash. That's how long it takes. 2.5 minutes. That's the deal. You know how long it's going to be. And by the way, something I'm going to get off track here, guys. Have y'all ever been to one of these car washes where you pull up and there's somebody doing this and they're trying to tell you how to line your tire up when you pull into the tunnel? Have you guys ever been to one of those? Well, let me just tell you something about that. I can't see my tire. I don't know where the hell to put my tire. And I hate that the first thing that happens when I go to the car wash is this guy or lady make me feel like an idiot because they're like giving me aircraft signals on where I need to put a tire that I can't see. So I've got off on a tangent there. We don't have that. You pull right in. It works seamlessly and painfully. Nobody has to line you up or not line you up. I mean, sure, if you've had too much to drink, you can, get off course, but you'd have to really be trying hard. So I'll keep going here. Systems and processes. By the way, the thing I love about systems and processes in a car wash is they're very simple, but they're massively important, right? They're really, really important to make sure you have regimented systems and processes. We create a playbook for every one of our car wash operators, simple as sliced bread, easy. By the way, our car washes don't require any labor, okay? The car washes Pace and I are building right now. Pace is building some great car washes. They do not require labor. Now, I choose to put labor at my car washes. I usually have one person there because I just want to make sure if something goes wrong, if that 80-year-old lady Pace was talking to shows up, gets a little bit confused, I want her to feel good. I want her to have a good experience. And so I try to keep somebody on site. We're open 24/7. I don't keep anybody there 24/7. You can come in the middle of the night. You don't have to deal with a human. You never have to deal with a human, but they're there. Someone's got to take the trash out. Someone's got to clean the place up. So you can do that just with someone stopping by for an hour, or in my case, I staff them. Next, financial discipline. Man, it's easy. How many cars did we wash today? How many members do we have? Are we keeping our members? What are we spending on labor? Is it killing us or is it right? Our EBITDA, right? What is our earnings of the business? What does that look like? Earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, amortization. That's what EBITDA stands for. If you don't know, it's an important terminology because it's a scoreboard in business. You're paying a lot of attention to that in a car wash. Feedback loops. We've talked about it, right? Those Google reviews. If people give you bad Google reviews, that means you did a bad job. That's what that means. Well, I have people in car washes that work there and they're like, man, they gave us a bad review. We did a good job. No, if you would have made them a raving fan and done an exceptional job, they would have given you a great review. And so feedback loops, what do those reviews look like? What do downtime look like? How much chemical are used in your car wash? And then ultimately, do your employees have ideas, right? I love it when our employees have ideas, right? They're like, man, we should do this easier. We should do it better. We listen to that. It's important. And then last, strategic control. Strategic control, I'm going to talk to you about strategic control in the car wash space. It's a reason that Pace and I are building car washes together is strategic control. That's really what's most attractive in this model. I'm going to break it down. If you're an individual car wash operator, strategic control is that you have good sites. You need a good site, right? Because you can't fix a bad location in a car wash. You just can't do it. I've had some people before tell me they can do it. I don't know how to do it. Maybe you can do it, but I haven't figured it out yet. So your best strategic control is to pick an absolute ace of a location. And if you have to pay a little bit more for a good location, it's the easiest money you'll ever spend because once you build that car wash, if you decide you wish you would have spent more for a better location, you can't. And people are like, well, you still have the real estate. Yeah, you have the real estate. And let me just tell you, by the time you tear that car wash down, you're never going to make money on the real estate, right? Because you got a lot that you've invested in the model. Okay, so it's a simple business. It rewards discipline. It rewards structure. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that. That's why I love the business. I love that it's tied to real estate. I love the membership model. I like that you can have good operators that create value with your customers. And I would tell you, there is a moat. There is a barrier. One of the things that Mr. Buffett teaches is, hey, get into a business where you have a moat, where you have a barrier, where everyone can't get into it. I'm going to tell you what the biggest moat is of the car wash business. Getting the city approval, the zoning, and all the steps that you have to do to build it, that's a moat. Most people do not want to do the WORK, right? I see it all the time. People are like, man, I want to go get a car wash, but they don't want to do the work. It's not going to happen. If you're going to open a car wash, you have to do the work. By the way, the return on investment for that work is amazing, unbelievable. So you're not in the business of soap and water. Like I said, it's not a boring business. You've got real estate, you've got traffic, you've got equipment, chemistry, people, memberships, marketing, data, maintenance, finance. By the way, guys, it's a real business, right? It's a real business. A lot of people want to get in these businesses that they aren't real business, right? I say, what's the product? And I mean, they just start like dancing around and yabba dabba doing. I'm like, what in the world are you talking about? This is a real business that you can see. If you want to start a family legacy business, if you want to get your kids in a business, this is a great business to get into. Whether you do my car wash, somebody else's car wash, it's car washing is a good business. But by the way, you wouldn't want to do anybody else's. It costs too much money. Okay, I'm not going to go through all the durability elements that are here. I'm not going to go through them, but I'll make sure that you get access to this information, because that site picture I break down even further, and is what's really important when you're building that car wash, is that you have gone through the 7 steps of the durable business model. Very simple, very straightforward. By the way, offer and demand. I love this one. Cars get dirty again, right? Doesn't mean you always win. People can go somewhere else. But if somebody has a dirty car and you give them a great experience, you're going to get their business. And you're like, well, is the guy down the street going to have a chance too? Yes. But if you want to be the elite top performer in washing the cleanest and the best cars in the business, in a community, in a neighborhood, you can win that race. You can win that race. As an owner operator, you can win that race. The teenage kids running around down at the car wash down the street that has all the moving pieces and that conveyor that comes in that they have to pay attention to, they're not going to be able to compete with the consistency and the process you can put in place in one of the car washes that we offer. Again, systems and processes, we've talked about it. By the way, people, I love this. People are like, Vic, you say these car washes don't require people. You know what? Our car wash does not require people, but it requires an owner. And an owner is the most important element of any business. And it's really important that an owner that's going to operate a business like this is engaged and has systems and processes and is thinking about every detail of their business. More likely than not, you'll have an employee that's on site, and that employee needs to be the best employee you could hire ever. And if you have to pay them more, who cares? It's worth it. By the way, McDonald's does a couple $1 million a year in revenue per location. Chick-fil-A does 4 times what McDonald's does. Why does Chick-fil-A do 4 times what McDonald's does? Is it because the Big Mac's better than the Chick-fil-A sandwich? I don't think that's why. I don't think that's why at all. Is it because they're in a better location? Is it because they love Jesus? Well, maybe. That might be a reason. But why is it? Why is Chick-fil-A better than McDonald's? You know why? Because they have amazing, amazing people. So even in this business, guys, it all comes back to people. Nothing more important than people ever in your life, every day of your life. Nothing more important. Focus on people. So the business, it's definitely got financial discipline. You're paying attention to what you're making, how much revenue you're bringing in from your memberships, what your labor costs, what your rent costs, what your utilities cost. By the way, you own a car wash, you pay attention to the water bill. You might not pay attention to your water bill right now. You own a car wash, you're going to pay attention to your water bill. And you can manage it, right? You can also manage how much soap you use. You can also use too little of soap and not clean people's cars. That's a bad strategy. So again, I'm not going to run through all of these. All right. So I want to show you what a real car wash looks like. That's something that I am like really, really excited about, is showing you what a real car wash looks like. So I'm going to break down this car wash. If you've been to car washes your whole life and you don't know how a car wash operates, I'm going to tell you most of them don't operate like ours, because we build the most innovative, independent. It's not reliant on people. We've built it in a way that it's efficient and it's effective. And so I'm going to walk through the entire process for you. This is a beautiful car wash. This actually happens to be a real car wash. That's not an AI rendering. That is Beach Club Express Car Wash. It's my most recent car wash that opened up. It opened up 14 days ago. It's in Crowley, Texas. You're welcome to go drive by and see it. We would prefer that when you give us your credit card that you sign up for a membership as well while you're there. But beautiful location, washing cars every day. By the way, making money day one. Day one. You know how much advertising we did? Zero. You know why? Because we built a beautiful, clean car wash. And when people drive by, who doesn't want to be a member of the Beach Club? Everybody wants to be a member of the Beach Club. So this car wash, we've paid a lot of attention to the design. I've been in the car wash business for over 20 years as an investor, not as much of an operator as I am now, and I'm going to tell you kind of how I'm involved in the business in a more extensive way. But we paid attention to every single detail on this site every day. So it's bright, clean, beautiful. When you pull up, look at that. You pull up right there. That's a big, wide opening. And you pull right in. You pull right in, you stop, your car gets washed, you drive through. It's simple, it's straightforward. We don't have anybody standing there that's telling you you're an idiot and don't know where to go. All right, so our signage, our branding, we spent more money than most people do when they build a car wash. We spent a lot of money on signage, on branding, on everything that goes along with the car wash. And why did we do it? This is an investment that's going to continue to return for us because it is this, by the way, I'm building 300 car washes right now, 300 of them because I love them. And I'm going to tell you in a minute, I'm skipping ahead. There's an opportunity for somebody to build 5,000 of them. Pace thinks he's going to build the other 4,700. I don't know if he'll get there. He probably will let you help him out, but there's an opportunity for 5,000 of these. So this Beach Club location, as an example, everybody that comes there is like, we want to franchise this. We want to license it. We want to do a Beach Club. Well, this is my brand. It's not available for licensing or franchising, but we opened it up in a way that they assume there's thousands of these things. And guess what? There's going to be hundreds. So it's an amazing opportunity to do it right. And hopefully you guys like it. Y'all think that looks good? I hope you like it. Stop by and get your car wash. So piece of land, you only have to have a half acre to build one of our car washes. A half acre. You can build your own brand, build your own deal. It's a half acre, 65-foot tunnel. Doesn't cost a ton of money to build, a third of the cost of most car washes, and it just works well. This is, by the way, back to Chick-fil-A, right? Chick-fil-A has a lot less menu options than when you go to like Jack in the Box, right? Or Burger King. And they don't have any, they're not bringing the McRib in season. We don't have a McRib. These are our 4 offers. You can get the Bronze Beach, the Silver Sands, the Gold Coast, or the Touch Free. And by the way, let me tell you, the worst car wash you could possibly get if you come to our car wash is the Touch Free, right? We have a great Touch Free. It's better than everybody else's Touch Free. And some customers want Touch Frees. I saw a Lamborghini, an orange Lamborghini pulled up last Saturday to get their car washed at our car wash. And I was I was on the cameras. I have these big screens with all the car washes, and I was on the cameras. I saw them. I'll actually post this on social because it's kind of funny. And I was like, man, I bet this customer is going to get a Touch Free. They didn't. They got a Gold Coast, but you know what? We have an amazing car wash with soft cloth. We don't scratch the car. It's high premium, it's quality, and I know they left with a clean car. So most of the car washes we sell are one of the first 3. We do offer Touch Free. Those of you that drive Lambos or Ferraris and want Touch Free, we do offer that. So again, the car wash doesn't look industrial. It's inviting. It's lit up. We have a lot of glass. People can see. There's no mystery. They're not scared. Some of these car washes, I feel like you're going to a holiday haunted house or a Halloween haunted house all the time. And that's just not really an inviting environment where you're going to go and get scared and freaked out. So we just try to make it open where it's honest and everyone can see everything that's going on inside and outside. You can see our signage is very simple, straightforward. Sorry, I skipped ahead a little bit here, but our vacuums, every one of our vacuums has compressed air. You can just take that and, blow all the dust and dirt out of every nook and cranny in your car. We've got 2 different kind of vacuums at each deal. We've got this long post that gets between the seat, and then we got a deal called the Claw. And super high powered. By the way, we put the best vacuum system that money can buy in our car washes because cheap vacuum systems suck. And I don't mean like they suck the dirt and stuff up. I mean, they actually suck. But ours are world-class. They're amazing. They don't suck. If you want to get a good vacuum, go to Beach Club. All right. Curb appeal. I've already talked about it. It's really important. So this is number 7. So in the durable business framework that I shared, number 7 was that strategic piece. What do you control? So I own Autech Car Wash Systems. That's a 105,000 square foot robotic manufacturing facility in North Carolina. I own that. That's my building, by the way. That's a lot of roof to take care of, by the way. Every time I look at that roof, I just think about how much it costs to take care of a 105,000 square foot roof. But we've got amazing, amazing human beings that work in this business that are inside this company. This company's 43 years old. I bought the company about 6 years ago. Why did I buy the company? Because I was their biggest customer. I was their number one customer, and I bought the company, and we've transformed it. It was already good. Now it's great. We just, not because of me, guys, because I have an amazing group of people that just run through walls every day. But we bring in raw stainless steel and turn out a robotic car wash in 7 days. It's unbelievable. Then physics. That's the chemistry. Let me tell you, soap, maintenance, everything that goes into a car wash is complex. That machine right there, we make it. That's actually at that beach club you just saw. And so we own the entire chemistry. We make all the equipment. I'm going to run through it here quickly. And then Peak Wash Solutions. Those are our trucks, our staff, our people that take care of the car washes that we build. So, oh, I'm going the wrong way here. There we go. All right. I'm going to walk you through 18 different stations that are all strategic and vertically integrated, meaning I own the company that builds every component that goes into this car wash. So I have complete control. Now, why does that matter? I'm not suggesting that you go out and buy a car wash manufacturing company at all, or that anybody does. I did it so you didn't have to. I was so irritated that the car wash industry was fragmented and you had all this inefficiencies, and this guy would fight with this guy and you'd end up getting screwed, and it was a bad deal. And I said, you know what? I'm going to build the whole vertically integrated model. I'm going to put it all together, and I'm going to make it easy so someone who can focus on being an entrepreneur and a good owner in a community doesn't have to worry about all the car wash stuff. So I own it all. We make it all. Once again, you pull in that first chrome thing you see there. I'm sure you've been through one, the pre-soak arch. Very important that you get the car wet before you wash it so you don't scratch it up. This is our tire applicator. So tires and wheels normally don't get clean at car washes. They get clean at our car wash. We put the most advanced chemistry you can put on the cars, on the tires. By the way, it's all good for you. I wouldn't drink it. I'm not suggesting it's consumable, but we're thoughtful about what's going into the ground, and we reclaim all of our water, and I'll tell you about that as well. This is our stainless steel underbody blaster. I just did a video on a few pieces of these equipment because my team asked me to do that. And I don't work in this company every day. I just own it. But as you can tell, I'm very passionate about what we build. I said on the video that 50 billion pounds of water come out of that every nanosecond. They told me that was an exaggeration. I don't know what the real numbers are, but I know that if you ever get under the bottom of your car after you go through our car wash, you're going to have the cleanest underbody of your car that you've ever had in your life. And so for that, you should always go to one of our car washes. Our machines, again, 304 gauge stainless steel. We build them 8 foot by 8 foot. Why do we do it? We build them in Texas, all over the country, and people have dualies and big trucks and they don't want to feel claustrophobic. So we make them big and wide, and that works. By the way, guys, these car washes last for 30 years. 30 years. You're like, wait a minute. That sounds aggressive. It is aggressive. I've asked my team if we could make these car washes less durable so we could sell more of them and they'd break a little more often. And they told me they just aren't willing to do it. I'm kidding. I would never ask that, but I am irritated that they last for 30 years. Our competitors last for like 7 to 10. That is called a banana foamer. And then why is it called a banana foamer? For 2 reasons. A bunch of yellow stuff that looks like a banana comes out of that and sprays over your car, and they're shaped like a banana, but state-of-the-art banana foamer. When you pull up, you know where to stop so you can get your car washed. That's called a Mercury treadle system. We make that. I'm sure you've seen them before. Straightforward. This right here is the bug blaster. It's our chemical bug blaster. Once again, 50 trillion gallons of water shoots on the front of your car. Listen, the reason you go to the car wash is because your windshield was dirty and you had bugs on the front of your car, right? Now, I mean, was your car dirty? Yes. How did you know your car was dirty? Because your windshield was dirty. We know the most important thing we could do at a car wash is get the front of the car clean, get the windshield clean. So we have this bug blaster. It's the coolest thing in the world. I get pretty excited about it. Then you go through these post arches. I'm not going to tell you everything that they do because I don't know. I just know they work and they're amazing. And I've got a team of engineers that build these things every day, and they told me they're the best, so I'm going to trust and believe them. Everybody wants tires that shine. You don't have to worry about doing it, having somebody else doing it. That's our tire shining system. You'll get shiny tires. This is our blowers. We've got 15, or excuse me, we've got, I think, 12, 15 horsepower blowers. They have what's called elephant ears on them. I know you're thinking, why are they called elephant ears? I don't know, but the deal is they're going to get all the water out of every crevice of your car. They're going to get it. So when you get home, you're like, why do I have water still running down my car? If you had elephant ears, you wouldn't have that. You'd have no water. This is the machine right here, the Siemens machine. Can't tell you a lot about this machine. I can tell you it's expensive and it's really important and it runs everything. And if you get one of our car wash systems, it comes with this beautiful piece of equipment. This is the chemical delivery system. We already talked about it. It's pretty cool. And these are just some important things, guys. High pressure pumping station. Very important to have high pressure water to car wash. It's our repress pump. I love this. This is our physics reverse osmosis system. It's as close as anything we make that looks like a spaceship. I wish I had an angle from the other side. It's a pretty cool piece of equipment, but having a RO system in a car wash is really important. That's how you get that soft water, that clean water that keeps that doesn't spot up your car. That's very, very important. Next, we have our physics constant pressure. Car wash water needs to have a lot of pressure. So we couldn't figure out how to get it done with people in the marketplace that build this equipment. So we built it ourselves. Why do we have a pressure washer? Think about this. This is important. If you ever go to a car wash, the most important thing that can happen at a car wash is you leave with a clean car. And the way you leave with a clean car is to have a clean car wash. So we have a pressure washer so our staff can keep our car wash clean and beautiful. Next, we have the best compressors that money can buy. Quincy three-phase compressor. We actually have 3 of them. Not only are they 3-phase, we have 3 of them. Very important to the model as well. Next, we have eyes. We have 23 cameras on site. Why do we have 23 cameras? We have 23 cameras so we can make sure our car wash equipment is producing a clean car for every customer that comes through. And so I can get on my phone when I'm at the beach and I can watch the car wash and see how the beach club is working out while I'm at the beach. The most beautiful part of the business, I told you guys a little bit about it, but the most beautiful part of this business is that it has a membership. People love the membership. They get good value for the membership. It's a win for them. It's a win for us. It's a win for them. So we offer a $35 membership at this car wash. By the way, we have all different car washes, different brands, different pricing, different programs, different themes. I'm just showing you this one because it's the most recent one we opened, and I wanted to showcase this one anyway. And so I thought, you know what, we'll just run through it real quick. So it's a simple model. It's bright, it's clean, as I said, simple, but here's the deal. There's an opportunity to build 5,000 of these things. I think I can build 300. I think I can build 300. That's going to cost billions of dollars, okay? But there's an opportunity to build 5,000. So huge opportunity for people to build a car wash. I'm almost going to wrap here. I'm going to hit you. I'm going to change courses just a little bit because Pace told me that there's going to be thousands of people that are entrepreneurs that want to learn, that want to create enterprise value, that want to build businesses. And for that, I am, for the first time ever, opening this up to a non-exclusive group. It's going to be limited, and it's going to have an application process, and you have to get approved to show up. But I am, for the first time ever, going to host an event that is, we've done this many times before, but not to a group of people that we don't know directly. But I host an event. It's 2 days. It's at my home in Whitefish, Montana, one of the most beautiful places on earth. Right now, everything.
It's the most beautiful place on the earth.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome.
You've never been to America if you haven't been to Kalispell, Montana. I'm telling you right now, or Whitefish next door. By the way, you guys, I have to tell you, Vic has been my mentor for almost a year. In order for me to get in his orbit, I'll tell you how much money I had to spend to get his attention. I had to get into rooms with Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi, which cost me probably to the tune of $700,000 in mentorships, masterminds, etc., just to get into rooms to then become friends with Vic Keller, to then bring him to you. Do you guys feel like you got a lot of value today? Nobody's ever broken down car washes for you this way. Is that correct? Can I get a yes in the comments today? Give this man some freaking love. He spent a ton of time and energy on this. It's exciting for me because my team is actively working with his team on all of what he's talked about. Let me give you a little bit of what he talked when he talks about enterprise value. I've got a buddy of mine that is they've got 400 car washes. And I just talked to them the other day. They have an offer on their 400 car washes for $7 billion, and they turned it down. And the reason they turned it down is because they feel like the car wash business is just starting. And I was like, ooh, I'm so glad I got tapped in with Vic Keller because I'm catching the wave. This is why we call it the beach club, because I'm getting that surfboard and I'm surfing this incredible wave that Vic's put together for me. My friends, getting in the right room with somebody like a Vic Keller is a pleasure, a treat. Also, probably the nicest house I've been to in Montana in my life. The fact that you're opening up your actual house is insane. You guys are, how many people? You guys are probably bringing in a couple dozen people into this, and that's it. Is that correct?
Yeah, we literally we'll cap this at, I'd say 20 people tops. We'll cap it. It's everybody just gets to know each other. It's meant to be intimate and exclusive. And, we really, when you leave, we want you to, it's hard for us to bring 50, 100, 200 people. And we do events like that, but this one is just where we can help people actually work on their business, on their plan, with their strategies, and have thoughtful conversations. So yeah, it's a limited group. Pace, I was thinking about it. You're right. You and I met because Tony is a buddy of mine, and Dean, and that's how we got connected. I forgot those pieces. I hate that you had to pay to get to know me, brother, but now, I mean,
dude, are you kidding me? I will happily pay to get into any room that I can meet people like you. I am so grateful for it. I was actually texted, you and I were texted together with Randy Garn, who I met through.
Oh yeah, that's right. Randy.
I met Randy Garn through Tony Robbins, and Tony Robbins told me, he's like, you don't know Vic Keller? He lives right up by you in Whitefish. I was like, no, I need to know him. So I started watching your videos, and I'm like, how do I get in touch with him? How do I get in touch with him? And Randy goes, I don't know. I don't know if you're ready for this. And then he put us together and we connected. So
whatever, man. I've learned as much from you.
Oh, come on. I'm going to make millions of dollars and employ hundreds and hundreds of people because of what you're teaching me. I'm so grateful for you. So it looks like you just had this event. You've got another one coming up. Where can I get to a link? Is there a place I can go to apply to be in this?
Yeah. I mean, so first, yeah, you can. And just real quick, I don't want to, again, I'm go super quick. First class experience. We bring in a Michelin chef. This is a group that was at my house just 3 weeks ago. It's a ton of fun, and it's very, very impactful. And we just are excited to be able to share it with these folks. To answer your question, so I got to tell you guys, Pace came over to the house when we got to know each other. This was the night Pace and I met, and we're standing in my kitchen, and we freaking made some of the best pizzas on the face of the earth with our wives and our families, and we just locked arms and made pizza, and it was amazing. And by the way, if Pace is ever looking for a side job, the guy can throw some dough. I mean, he was like, that dough was going up, and it was crazy. And, his beautiful wife was making pizza as well. So we had fun. But this little QR code right here, you can click on this. I think also Kyle on my team is probably putting something in chat. But
yeah, Carly's got it in the side chat. And also, it's funny that the first time I hung out with you, you taught me how to make dough, and now you still continue to teach me how to make dough.
It's fun, brother.
Bro.
It's what we do for each other.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Guys, I am actually going to this event. I'll be spending a couple of days at Vic's property. Luckily, I live just probably a 30-minute drive from here. He lives in a neighborhood that doesn't even seem like a neighborhood. It seems like a magical wonderland. It's like Narnia. In fact, they should name the neighborhood Narnia. Link is in the side chat. QR code is on the screen. You guys need to apply. It's a small room. Actually, Elliot Whitmer, who actually went to your last event, has been a good friend of mine and part of the SubTo community for years. A couple of other members came from the community that went in and did this event. And I got so many text messages just saying, thank you so much. This changed my life. Getting around these people accelerated my growth in like 5 years over a two-day time span. So thank you for offering this for people. I will be attending myself. What are the dates again for this?
I think they're the 6th. Let's see here. They said somewhere here. Are they right? June 16th and 17th.
Okay, why do rich busy people not know the dates? I'll tell you why, guys, because they wake up in the morning, they follow their calendar. They plan it. They spend months and months in advance, years in advance planning their calendars. And so I'm the same way. When somebody goes, "When are you going to be in Nashville next?" I don't know. Look at my calendar. I don't know. So I look forward to this. Vic, so much gratitude is in my heart for you giving me an opportunity and mentoring me and helping me out. Your team also helps my team on a daily basis. I just wired $250,000 on one of my students' car washes that we're doing with your equipment, your chemicals, your processes, everything that you're doing. Brother, I'm going to go build 500 plus car washes underneath your amazing tutelage. I appreciate you tremendously. And guys, if you want to come hang out with me and Vic, apply at the link right there in the side chat and go to the QR code, head over there. I bet you will crash that website. I'll tell you with we got 1,400 people on live Zoom, and then we've got 400 people on YouTube. So we got 1,800 people in here. We might crash your website. And there's only about a dozen spots that you actually open up. So those spots will go fast. So guys, click on that link in the side chat or go to the QR code. And let's give Vic a ton of love for coming in here and hanging out with us today. Can we give this man some freaking love? Thank you, Vic.
Thank you, brother. Much love to you. Grateful for everyone. And if we have to add another set of dates on there, I told my team we'd consider it, but we're excited to see you guys in Pace. I hope to be back with you soon, brother.
Thank you. Well, I happily continue to tell people about your event. I know you're going to do a couple a year. If you guys can't get in this time, I'm sure he'll have you as a backup spot for the next ones. Go in there, apply, chat with his team, and get there in the room with me, Vic. I'm going to be there actually as a student. So think about this. A room where I am a student taking notes is probably a room that you want to be in. I will be somebody who invests in a room. I'll fly up there. Luckily, I'll be up there for these dates anyway, living up at my house in Montana. But I'll be there driving over there, taking days off of my business to go and invest in this room with Vic Keller, because this is one of my favorite mentors I'm currently learning from right now. Again, Vic, thank you again. I appreciate you.
Much love. See you, brother. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. I see in the side chat, guys, we just had somebody, let's see, what's his name? He says, Scott Hilty says, how do I find this? Scott, the QR code is on the screen, bro. And also, Carly's going to put the link in the side chat one more time. So that is how you find it. Thank you again for everybody that came in here today. Let me wrap up for the next 15 minutes and kind of give you guys some expectations of what we're going to do tomorrow. I am working with a seller to get in here tomorrow to work with me and you. I don't think you guys have ever seen a seller live on a Zoom where she will be going through the contracts with me and actually asking me 15 questions that I told her. I go, Melissa, I'm not signing this contract with you. I'm not signing this contract with you unless you have 15 objections, problems, issues with the contract. And that lady is coming in here tomorrow. So I'm going to ask her to come in at like 3:30 because I have another couple of seller calls we're going to do right at the beginning. And right after I walk through this contract with Melissa, the next thing that we're going to do tomorrow's Zoom is we're going to bring leads to you guys, and we're going to get you guys to generate and create your first lead tomorrow. Can I get a yes that everybody's going to be in here tomorrow? First thing is a seller call. Second one is I have a seller that's going to come in and actually ask me questions on a contract that I'm currently working on. And then the third thing we're going to do is I'm going to be bringing you leads. I will bring you leads, and I will show you guys how to generate those leads. I will spend the money on the list. I will spend the money on the phone numbers, and I will get all of you taking action for the first time tomorrow. So get in here tomorrow. We've been hanging out for the last 2 hours and 15 minutes. Go over to Instagram and DM Vic Keller and tell Vic Keller, thank you so much. He spent an hour and a half with us today, giving us a ton of value. Thank you guys so much. Sherry Robinson says, I hope this is all it's cracked up to be. This is interesting. Let me bring this lady up here. This lady been hanging out with a bunch of losers her whole life. I'm sorry, Sherry. I'm going to beat you up a little bit. Let me bring you up and chat with you a little bit. Sherry, whenever somebody thinks that something's too good to be true, I can tell you, you hang out with a lot of poor people with poor mindsets, and we got to fix that. Sherry, I just asked you to unmute yourself. Come up here and let's chat. She's like, oh, crap. Pace is going to be mad at me. No, I'm definitely not. Sherry, how you doing?
I'm trying.
There you are. Sherry, is it Cherie or
Oh,
Sherry?
correct. It's Cherie. And how would you know that? That's crazy. That's cool.
Okay, so Cherie, how close to being right am I that you hang out with a bunch of people who are not doing what you want to do in your life?
Actually, I don't hang out with anybody anymore
That's
because of pretty much
even
that
worse,
reason.
my friends. That's even worse. I'll tell you the second worst person that you can hang out with is somebody that is not doing what you want to do. And I'll tell you what that means. When you hang out with people that are not doing what you want to do, they talk about the things you don't want to hear. They do the activities you don't want to do. And
Don't want to do.
What's
Yeah.
that?
They do the activities you don't want to do.
Yep.
And ultimately you end up spending all your time doing something you don't want to do.
Right. Or being around people that just have a negative energy. You know, the worst person to hang out with is actually yourself.
Yes, I know.
By
or my
yourself.
husband.
Yourself by yourself. And I'll tell you why. Your amygdala is a different voice
I'm
in
aware.
your head that protects you from doing anything, is always telling you, oh my gosh, it's too good to be true. Don't take any action on it. Oh my gosh, it's so scary. These people are trying to take advantage of you.
Yeah.
That voice in your head, that's not you, my friend. That's called your amygdala. I suggest you watch a couple of YouTube videos about it.
Actually, I am a member of Sarai Spear. I don't know if you know who she is, but she's amazing. And she's been teaching me all about that. But what I had to do was regulate myself with the people that I was helping, because I was putting a financial burden on myself bigger than I can afford. So
okay, so Cherie, did you watch me yesterday and you watch me today?
Yes, sir. I've been here
Okay,
every day on time.
Did you watch me call the 80-year-old lady and help that lady out?
And that, if you had seen my message, I said I appreciate. I'm also a member of the press, by the way. I plan on giving you very amazing reviews because I watched you be yourself to that lady, and she was not comfortable with the conversation.
My point is this.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, I'm going to bring a seller on here that I'm getting their house for I'm not putting any money in the seller's pocket. Did you miss yesterday's training?
Nope.
Okay, so you watched the training yesterday where I talked about why the seller would let me have their house for no money out of pocket. You're going to see the lady tomorrow literally walk through a contract. I don't know where else you could ever learn that, even if you paid for it. It does not exist. Nobody does this. Nobody is transparent enough or ballsy enough, to be honest with you, to put this kind of content out there. Think about how vulnerable I have to be to look stupid on camera. If somebody just goes, hey, will you call my seller for me and negotiate a high risk deal or a high possibility of profit deal, and I've got 2,000 plus people watching me live, that's a pretty vulnerable position to put yourself in. And that's why nobody does this. And so I'm telling you, I don't know what else I could do. I give away the addresses.
No, you're amazing. What I'm used to seeing is false content, right? Yeah. People build content. Anything of this, could be faked, but I genuinely clicked on your link because I felt that you were genuine.
How many people are in my community? I'm genuine. Say in the side chat, if you're in my community, you've been around me for at least 2 years, 3 years, somebody says, I hope Pace doesn't get mad.
I don't want you to get mad. That's not why
I'm not getting, guys, don't project your weird stuff on me. I'm not mad at all.
I'm trying to be weird.
Hold on. Cherie, I'm not talking to you. There's 1,200 people here, my friend.
I know. I was reading the comments as they go.
Okay. So I'm talking through you, not to you. Okay.
Ooh, okay. Check.
When I bring somebody up, I'm not trying to actually zero in on you. I'm actually utilizing your comment to teach other people is what I'm really trying to do. Okay. So like for tomorrow, I'll give you guys the actual address tomorrow on the house. You guys will see the real seller. And so I don't just make content. Here's the valuable thing of what I teach. Okay. Why would I do a lot of this for free? Why would I do that for free? I do it for free
because you want to give back what you've got.
Yes, I owe it to people for sure. There's a torch I want to pass back, but please listen to me. You're hyper smart. You're intelligent. So you are already thinking 3 sentences ahead of me.
Sorry.
You're like my wife. You're so smart. You're already trying to finish my sentence and guessing what I'm about to say. Don't do that. You're too smart. Hold up. Okay. Why do I do this? This is the only business that I've ever found that the more you help other people, the more money you make. I couldn't do that in construction. If I helped other contractors, they would just steal my crews. Didn't work that way. There's no ability to collaborate. I imagine if I'm in the press, you guys can't go, hey guys, I got this amazing story. Let me share it with everybody. See what I'm saying? So in your business, in your industry, definitely this seems weird. In my industry, I'm the pioneer of collaborating at a very high level where I teach people for days and weeks, et cetera, for free. And here's why. Because when you learn how to do this business, you will bring deals and opportunities to my students. I do this to help my students where new people that have never done a deal before go create a lead, go create opportunities, or maybe even want to go work for my students. And so the people in my community benefit from me teaching things for free. Do you see the logic in that?
Absolutely.
So yes, I do have some altruism in some of my activities. I love to help people. There's a helper's high that I think all human beings get. It's the light of God. We all have it. But there's also a very logical part of me that likes to feed my family and likes to do all those types of things as well. So how do I make money? I just bought 4 RV parks totaling about $22 million. In fact, I just have one of our RV parks I bought. Listen to this. This is how this transpired. A free training I did in October of last year took somebody that's never paid me $1. I taught them how to generate a lead. They took that lead. They brought it to one of my students. One of my students was like, this is too big of a deal for me. That student brought it to me. I funded the $1.7 million down payment on a $5 million asset, and I bought this RV park with them. Speaking of the press, USA Today just announced that RV park is top 3 best RV parks in the country. That came from somebody that came from a free training.
Beautiful.
Do we understand, everybody, do we understand the logic of why I like to help people for free?
Yep. I got it.
So there's no too good to be true stuff. Now, of course, do I have places that I make money if you work with me? If you borrow money from me, I charge you an interest rate.
Well, of course.
Of course, right? So I have lending businesses, I have transaction coordination businesses, I have title and escrow businesses. I have a lot of businesses that I hope you transact with. But of course, there's ways that I make money that are really, really direct, right? But the way I really love these trainings is for you guys to get over your fears and your mindset issues and get some really tactical trainings to see that the business is actually being done live. And you go, oh my gosh, this is possible. Might be a little overwhelming, but gosh, dang it, this guy's showing me this is possible. You take a couple of steps of action, you take a lead, you bring it to one of my students. One of my students is like, I can handle this, and you guys go make money together. My students, when they run into really big deals, they bring them to me, and I make millions of dollars in doing so. So I'm happy to help for you guys for free. There's no like, gotcha, any of those types of moments. One thing I would correct with you guys in your lives, a lot of you guys that grew up poor like I did in a family of 12 kids. I grew up in a family of 12 kids.
10 siblings, yeah.
I lived next door to a guy that his parents, literally next door to a guy that his parents gave him debit cards, cell phones, vehicles, and just said, hey, your job is to get good grades. So as long as you're getting good grades, I'm paying all your bills. And dude, if I wanted to go on a date with a girl, I had to bag groceries for a week at Smith's Groceries in Pleasant Grove, Utah, right? That was my life. I saved money to go on a mission for my church. I learned hard work and work ethic and saving money. And then I learned how to be a contractor and trade time for money. I believed that if anybody ever charged me for education, they were a scam artist. Now, guess what I do? I chase people to pay them for education. You want to know why? Because college is the greatest scam of all time. School is the greatest scam of all time. Ironically, this is so funny that this actually just popped up. I got something funny to show you guys today. My son just graduated high school today, and I finally, while we were on this webinar today, I finally was able to tell his stupid school to unsubscribe and stop telling me my son is constantly absent.
Oh, yeah. I get those too.
Yeah, look at this. I don't want my kids to go to school. I'm sorry, but it's a waste of time. They can learn more on YouTube or more on ChatGPT than any high school could ever teach them. Now, why do they go to high school? It's because there's a social element and how to, hang out with other people. That stuff is important. But college is a scam. And y'all are going and spending $100,000, $200,000 to learn from these schools and getting student loan debts. Meanwhile, I'll go drop $50,000 to learn how to build car washes. Vic Keller did not tell you guys, but
I already applied.
When you go build 100 car washes, which sounds crazy, you can sell that business for $1 billion, which even sounds crazy, or your mind can't even comprehend that kind of money, let alone 100 million or 10 million. Most people. I'm already on my like 30th car wash in just the last couple of months. Guys, I've already built like a $300 million company in 7 months of working with Vic Keller. That's how fast this goes. So I will pay to get in the right room. So for you guys that are like, oh, somebody just wants to charge me. No, they want to filter you out.
Right. Right.
I
That
don't,
part.
I don't pay to be in the room with high level people. I pay so that low level people cannot enter.
Yep.
Stop and think about that for a second.
Gotcha.
We are allergic to low mindset and low frequency. I am happy to pay the Costco fee to keep the Walmart people out of my Costco. And the people that have broken mindsets, think about that for a second. I will pay so fast to get so far away from you. How many people agree with this? Angela, this is not a car wash training, but this is a great question. Angela asks a great question about car washes. I'll tell you why car washes are not really good for beginners. Okay. I'll tell you why they're not good for beginners. Car washes take 18 to 24 months to get permits, to get to funding, all that kind of stuff, and do the construction. They take about 18 months. So what I do with my students in SubTo, I gave away 500 vouchers last year to students where if all they did was find the land, I would fund the purchase. Actually, all they have to do is find the land. I will negotiate the land. I will contract the land. I will fund the land. I will do the construction, and I will give 10% ownership to my student who just found the land. What does that mean? I do all the heavy lifting. I own 90%. They own 10%. These car washes net $43,000 a month net, not gross. That's net. They're bringing in like $75,000 a month, but after all expenses, they net like 43,000. My student will get $4,300 every single month for finding a piece of land they didn't even have to contract. So are there easy ways to get into the business? Of course. Are there ways that you can provide value without having to come up with a bunch of money? Yes, of course there are. That's what I'm doing with Vic. So I went to Vic and I said, Vic, give me 500 locations. I'll go buy all the equipment from you. I'll buy all the chemicals from you. Let's partner with each other. I want to pay to be in the room with you. I want to be educated. I want to get a Harvard education. I want to get a Harvard education on car washes, and I'm going to bring all the business to you. So I spend the money, 1/10 the price of a Harvard education, 10,000 times more valuable than a stupid Harvard education. And so what I go do is I go build these car washes. I turn around and I give back. I go, hey, students, everybody in my SubTo community, I will give away 500 spots if you guys want to find the land. And so I have students that are finding the land. Are they even contracting it? Are they negotiating it? Are they working back and forth with the brokers? Or is that what I'm doing? I'm the one doing this. Okay. How about other countries? Guys, I'm sorry, I'm going to say this really, really hard. Okay. We hate other countries. I'm sorry. I don't mean it literally. I just mean we hate your stupid laws. We can't make money in your stupid country. Your stupid country doesn't want you to make any money. It's socialist countries that don't share information. Do you guys know that, like in Canada, for example, I can't get a loan beyond 5 years? Did you guys know that? Did you guys know you guys are legally required to renew your loans every 5 years? In America, we can get 30-year loans. Why would I want to do any business in your country? Why don't you just use the internet that you're currently using right now and your phone, and you can do business in America? Our laws allow us to do anything that we want to do. It is a truly free country. So Canada, Mexico, Israel, I have 29 countries of students, 29 countries of students. They're all doing their deals in America because I bring the resources, the relationships, and the skill sets. In America, we understand the laws. I don't want to go learn what Bora Bora is doing with land. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Right. So we love your country. We'll go travel there. Okay. We'll go spend money there. We'll travel there. I'll get on your beaches. I'll do all the fun things. I'm not doing any real estate there, and I'm not buying any businesses. Okay. Just straight up. Muhammad says, I am Dubai. Cool. I didn't know one person could be Dubai, but that sounds freaking awesome. Just kidding. I'm teasing you about your phone. So yes, this is very real. We love doing this business. If you go on my YouTube channel, I have 3,600 YouTube videos. You're not going to watch all of them, but I've been doing YouTube for years. And one thing you're going to want to learn is that I share addresses. I share paperwork. I share everything that I'm doing in a very, very transparent way. I make the calls live. I do the business live. I love doing this business. I love it. Okay. Ferguson says, been watching your videos for 2 days and yesterday on this webinar. I really love this and appreciate it. No problem. Happy to do this. All right, guys, we're coming back tomorrow. Okay. We're coming back here tomorrow. We've got a seller call right at the beginning. By the way, the people that showed up late, I'm going to give you guys the gifts that we give away in the morning. We'll email all those out. And then tomorrow, I've got a seller coming in. They're going to walk through a whole contract with me. They're going to have 15 objections. I hope they have 15 objections. And I hope they make it really hard so you guys can watch live. And I've already gotten permission. She knows she's coming in here where 2,000 people. Okay. Has anyone ever closed a deal and moved on to be successful from training, free training like this? Yes. Can I be honest with you, Kelly? It's about 1%. Usually what people really need is they need another person to help them out. And this is where people become students of mine, is they actually get that additional help beyond just a video. But tomorrow I'm going to actually get you to take action, Kelly. So ask a different question. Pace, can you get me to just take one step of action besides information? That's a better question. Okay. So we will, do you guys want to take some action tomorrow? Kelly, there you go. There's my girl. There you go, Kelly. Just take one step of action tomorrow. That's all we're going to do. We're going to take one little step of action. Okay. Pace, can you help me? As if I'm not helping you right now. That means that I'm not helping you right now. Stacy, I will never, ever, 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 ever let anybody join one of my communities that way. I'm so sorry. I will never let that happen. I've already tried to do that 100 times. Can I still view yesterday and today's videos? Yeah, I'll send you all the recordings later today. Okay. All right. So guys, we will give you guys a seller call right at the beginning. I have a seller coming in. Then we're all going to take action tomorrow. So I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Please show up on time. I saw the number like climb. We started at like 1,100 and then we got to like 1,600 people. It took an hour. Like, guys, just show up on time. Please show up on time. We will be back here tomorrow. I'm going to go kiss on my kids. My wife and I have a date tonight. You never know. Might have kid number 5. You never know. I hope I'm going for kid number 5. Wish me luck. Send Vic Keller a message, please. Give it like attitude of gratitude all the time. Go give that man a bunch of love that he came in here and gave us a lot of attention. Vic Keller on Instagram. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Same gosh dang time, same gosh dang place, same